Joe Rogan Podcast. Check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
So that's just for dice to hold.
Yeah, he just holds on to him. Oh! And he holds on to him, and then he swaps him out for a new one.
Was the unlit cigarette like the original fidget spinner?
Well, most people don't do it because most people, when they have a cigarette in their hand, they want to light it. But Dice has got the ability to just hold on to the cigarette.
Do you remember when candy cigarettes were a toy for kids?
Yeah, I had those. Oh, yeah. They were priming you.
Totally, and they would poof, like sugar would come out.
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah, you go, and like powder sugar would come out.
Really?
Yeah. Am I right, Jamie? Am I making that up?
I remember them just being like a candy that you suck on.
Or was that just the cocaine
just
my
some stick.
parents put on it?
Yeah, it was just a candy stick.
Nasty chalk stick.
Maybe there was a different one. Maybe there's more than one kind of candy cigarette.
Couldn't you? There was like gummy cigars, I remember, and then the candy cigarettes. That must have been them just trying to get you addicted to just like the motion of it, or like participate with your parents or something.
Yeah, it was just a way to sell candy, but probably also engineered by the tobacco companies. That was back when they were lying about cigarettes being addictive too, and causing cancer.
Well, they used to prescribe it to pregnant women, right?
They used to just prescribe it for kids with asthma. Yeah. You need to strengthen those lungs up, fella.
And this is my favorite thing. Did they know? They already knew.
Yeah, they already knew.
They already knew.
Everybody had to know. You smoke cigarettes for a while, you start coughing up black shit, you feel terrible.
According to the internet, this pack did have some sort of would blow smoke, according to this person on Facebook.
Whoa.
Well, it's just
But I
like
didn't remember
sugar.
a play lighter or a
Me either.
lighter battery, so
A battery?
I don't know what that is.
Smoke that was suck on this battery.
What the fuck?
As kids, we would suck on actual batteries. We didn't need one to come.
Oh, yeah. Remember when you lick them?
Dude, we would just try to electrocute
Those
the
9
square
volts?
ones.
Yeah, the 9 volts.
We'd be in school just like, lick it.
Yeah, we would lick it just to get a jolt in your tongue. Ooh.
It is wild how, like, yes, the phones are obviously very bad for kids, but when you think about the stuff we did as kids, I was just like, I would just hang out with a light socket for like 2 hours. That's all I needed. A paper clip, light socket, like, it's a mirror.
Light socket.
Or like the
Electric socket?
electric socket.
You would go into an electric socket with a paperclip?
Did no one else do this?
That's really bad.
Did you inhale glue or no?
Oh, I sniffed
Rubber
it.
cement? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Oh, I used to love making models. I used to make like Godzilla models. You know those?
Oh,
do you remember
with
those
glue.
models? Yeah, you had rubber cement glue. Do you remember those?
Yeah, you would. And Elmer's too.
Yeah.
You could peel it off your skin. We just put it on our skin and just peel it off.
Oh yeah.
Just like a leprosy fetish or something.
Yeah. Well, the rubber cement glue was a big one though. A lot of people sniff glue.
We used to have a glue gun. My mom had a glue gun.
For what?
It's like a hot glue gun to
Whoa.
crafts,
Okay.
kill men. I don't know. When you look back at shit your parents did, you're like, what was that?
What were you interested?
Why did she have powdered gold and put it in coffee of the men she was dating? What was that? But like a glue gun. Like there's just so much dangerous shit growing up. When I think about my like injuries as a kid, I'm like, yeah, I got burned on the glue gun. Everyone's like, huh?
Yeah, they weren't looking out for kids back then. Like when did they start like worrying about dangerous toys?
I mean, after like the 50th lawn dart, aorta puncture.
Oh, I remember lawn darts. Those are crazy.
You're just throwing
It's
like,
a fucking weapon, and they were heavy. If they hit you in the head, you would die.
dude, it's just like tetanus, like
Right in the heart.
Like,
Let's look this up. How many people do you think have died from lawn
lawn
darts?
darts.
It
By the
has
way,
to be.
way more than is reported, for sure.
Right.
I'm just putting this here so I don't.
It has to be dozens.
And seesaws.
Yeah.
You remember seesaws?
Fucked a lot of people up.
No seatbelt,
No.
just plywood with
Right.
handles.
With a handle.
But we would also, it's such a testament to our nature because we would make it even more dangerous. Like, remember, like, you'd be on the seesaw, like, if you were up, you'd, like, jump off it.
Oh, yeah.
To watch the kid.
Just to watch the kid fucking plummet to the earth.
So sadistic. Just careen to the
Okay,
ground.
what is our sponsor Perplexity said? Pointed metal lawn darts were officially linked to 3 child deaths in the United States before they were banned. Just 3?
Definitely more than that.
Officially linked. From 78 to 86, approximately 6,100 to 6,700 people were treated in U.S. emergency rooms for lawn dart injuries, most of them children. found lawn dart injuries led to a 4% case fatality rate in its patient sample, with many severe head and eye injuries, which helped justify the eventual ban.
So only a couple, but mostly children. I would like to know the story of the adults.
But I mean, people hit people with shovels.
All
I
the
mean,
time.
like,
Yeah.
I guess it's because lawn darts are a toy that they had to ban it.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. Remember, what are the pogo sticks? Mm-hmm. I mean, those were so dangerous when you think about it. They were just like always.
They still have those, though. You
Pogo
still get
sticks,
a
those were
pogo stick.
hard
looked
to
up
do.
the most dangerous toys for kids.
Trampolines. Remember the ones with the metal coils?
Oh, did you ever see the Atomic Energy Lab in the 1950s?
Yes.
Yeah, it actually had legitimate radioactive material.
I love that they were like, you know what, guys, child labor, this is inhumane, this is wrong. Come, go, play with some toys. Here's a radioactive uranium bomb.
Well, didn't Michio Kaku make some sort of a reactor in his basement or his backyard or something like that when he was a child?
When he was in high school, I think.
Yeah.
Legend.
Well, he's like a legitimate scientist. But I mean, when he was a child, he made a fucking nuclear reactor in his backyard.
I went to get NyQuil or Sudafed the other day, and they made me show my ID.
Oh, yeah, because you can make meth with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sick.
Meanwhile, you can get a prescription for Adderall. You just say you have ADHD.
I don't even think you have to do that. You just have to be like, I'm bored.
Right.
I'm neurodivergent. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's all self-diagnosed. You know, I can't concentrate.
Are we going to look back the way that we look at, like, you know, the Nazis and go, like, they were on meth? Are we going to look back in, like, 20 years and be like, everyone was on meth?
Yeah, everyone's on Adderall. That's for damn sure. I mean, the
Ritalin-
amount of journalists that are on Adderall is off the charts.
Sure.
A friend of mine was telling me, like, all of his colleagues take Adderall
To
help them work.
Yeah.
Because they have so many projects that they're doing that require intense fucking research, and they're
Googling, saying ChatGPT, please write my article for me. Did you see? I think it was the New York Times or someone left in. Jamie, do you remember the prompt that ends the, you know, what it spits out on ChatGPT?
Oh, God.
To prove that they had just copy and pasted it? Like, wild.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of shitty people in every walk of life. There's bad doctors, bad plumbers, bad journalists, but a lot of them are on Adderall. A lot of them are on speed.
It's just that there's so much adrenaline out there to get. There's so many, like, natural ways, I feel like, to get that, you know?
Yeah, but I don't think it covers it. And I think if you really want to, like, sit in front of that fucking computer and bang out words, it seems like Adderall's the way to go.
But if you really do have ADD or whatever this is, like, I'm the first to say, like, what are all these diagnoses? But because I was prescribed 5 milligrams slow release Adderall to sleep.
To sleep?
If you actually have it, it calms you down. It doesn't amp you up.
What is it? What is it? ADHD?
The inability to focus, or
Is that real?
A busy brain. Dude, look, I think a lot of our superpowers are being dulled. A lot of people with superpowers are being dulled by pharma, and we're being pathologized for actually kind of extreme strengths, you know, in a lot of ways. So
There's a lot of, like, legitimate people that are arguing that about ADHD.
okay, good. I'm not like a
Like
nut.
legitimate psychologists, neuroscientists. It's what it is you can't concentrate on things you're not interested in, but you can concentrate on things you're interested in, like, heavily. Like, if people that supposedly have ADHD, they can play video games for fucking 10 hours
That's
a day.
right. That's exactly right.
Well, how come? Because it's exciting.
Oh, they can't sit in a classroom and watch some pedophile lecture them on fake history while they're getting hemorrhoids in some, like, chair with, like, shitty lighting above them. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, of course kids are bored. Of course they can't sit still.
Exactly.
You know, well, I was reading about how Finland, they don't teach their kids to read until they're like 7 because it's better to have them develop their ability to focus first on the things they want to do. So by the time they do learn to read, they actually, you know, can focus.
Sounds like a terrible idea. You're going to be so far behind my kids.
Well, yeah. I mean, look.
Kids in America learn how to read when they're little babies.
If at all. If at all.
If they do.
Like, I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. When it's like, don't teach kids to read, it's like, by that time, is Neuralink just going to learn to read for them? Who knows? It's interesting, like, having a kid now, I'm like, what world do I prepare them for? Do I even teach them Mandarin, or is that just going to be like, remember when U2 just put a song on our phone?
Mm-hmm.
It was so weird.
Well, that was Apple's idea, and I talked to Bono about that. He was, it was devastating for them because all of a sudden everyone hated U2. They used to love U2.
Yeah.
They had so many hits. They're so good, and then all of a sudden, fuck you. Why are you on my phone?
Isn't that interesting? The human nature of I love something unless you force it on me.
Yeah. Well, it's just people are always looking for a reason to complain. And if you have this song on your phone right away, like, hey, fuck these guys.
But also, I want to hunt. Let me find it. Let me feel like I discovered something.
Well, I think they just thought it would be a great way to promote this new album. And they just really didn't understand human nature.
It's also, it used to be like, if you saw 5 billboards for something, you're like, I got to see that movie. Now you see like 5 ads for it, and you're like, why are you trying so hard? Like, if it's good, I'll hear about it.
Yeah, I try to tell that to my friends. Like, do not get overexposed. Like, there's I mean, I don't just say no to everything because I'm not interested in doing anything more.
Yeah.
But it's also because I'm clearly overexposed. And you got to know when you're overexposed. But I have friends that, like, they'll do every fucking interview that anybody asks.
Yeah.
They'll do every project that comes up.
Yeah.
They never have any time. Like, I got to slow down. Like, yeah, you got to slow down.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing all this shit? You're already wealthy.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Be a little mysterious.
Live a fucking life.
That's
live
right.
a
That's right.
life on top of what you're doing. Live an actual life. Don't wait until you're 60 and go, what did I do?
Right. Even if if you need to justify it through workaholic purposes, like it took me so long to get out of my workaholism. The first time I had to do it by justifying it by going, I'll be better at my work if I have a life. Like for art to imitate life, you have to have a life. That's how I'm going to go get stories. That's how I'm going to go, I think especially as a comic now, there's a lot of funny people out there. I think if we've learned anything from memes and stuff, you're like, this guy just works at Best Buy, and who made this meme? This is hilarious,
Right.
I think in the beginning, a lot of it was like stolen from comics. Remember, like that fat Jewish, and
Oh, yeah. Whatever happened to that guy?
there was another one too. I don't know.
But he was stealing memes or he was stealing jokes
I think
and
it was-
turning them into memes?
There was a couple where you would go like, that's a Mitch Hedberg joke, like that's definitely a Stephen Wright joke, or Dimitri or something, but like Zach Galifianakis, or it would be lesser known comics. Like they'd go to a lesser known comic feed, like people that wrote for Fallon or Leno, who,
Right.
and
Go
then
to a showcase night at the store.
or like get their tweets. You can just pull their tweets and change them a little bit.
Whatever happened to that guy? Because he was hated. Boy, when he started getting exposed, he was hated, and then he just kind of vanished.
There was another.
He was huge for a while.
There was another one too, and I don't remember the name of it. That was doing the same exact thing.
But the fat Jewish guy almost seemed like he was like a corporate created entity. 'Cause
He had like
the crazy hair, right? That weird fucking bun.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was like a slob, but he had like a wine, like it.
Sold it to Anheuser-Busch for millions of dollars. I don't know how much. But
Wow.
yeah.
So he's.
What did he
trying.
sell?
A rosé is what
Right.
it's called.
What is rosé?
It's a type of wine, but that's actually that's what the brand was called.
Oh, no. I know what rosé
Oh, I was
wine
like,
what the
please
brand was
flip
called,
that.
too.
That is the my heart cannot take.
He made a
Rogan being
rosé
like,
called
What the
rosé, I
fuck's
believe.
rosé?
I know what
sorry.
rosé the
Yeah,
wine
it's called
is.
Babe. I see that now. His rosé company called Babe.
Oh, so he sold his wine and then he just like, I'm out.
For millions, and now it says he's about to open a bank.
Oh,
That's what this article says.
God.
Where do I sign up?
It must be hilarious if he's opening up a bank. Definitely didn't steal those jokes.
Yeah.
Most really hilarious people want to open a fucking bank.
I love that he's just like, I'm Jewish. What am I good at? Just open a bank. Like what?
What if he turned out he's not even Jewish?
Exactly.
He's a Baptist or something.
Yeah, Jews are like, we're not fat. What is it? Like, get your shit together. But also, yeah, that was so, like, for a second there, I was like, Joe, there's a chance he doesn't know what rosé is.
No. I know what that is.
I
I just thought it was a company.
It's what, like, the Rainy Street Killer gives his victims before pushing them up. Dude, your boy Brandon over here, I was like, what's up with the Rainy Street Killer? I always want the updates on the Austin serial killer who's pushing gay dudes up bridges. And he said, he's like, I think it's tech guys. They come down from San Francisco during South by Southwest, and he strikes when it's like a tech conference.
Really?
And he doesn't live here, yeah.
They're trying to pretend that it's not really a serial killer. The cops want to say it's not really a serial killer. And I'm like, how many guys have to drown before you start getting nervous?
So they're only gay? These guys?
Well, it's a gay neighborhood. That's the thing. Not all of Rainy Street, but there's a lot of like gay bars and gay spots on Rainy Street.
How do the cops know the victims are gay?
They
just
smell them.
They just they just check their assholes. They're like, I fucked the corpse's asshole. He's gay.
They bring a dilator.
You know, I've seen that guy on Grindr. He is gay. That reminds me of like the Nazi. It's been 10 minutes and I brought up Nazis twice. That Nazis also killed gay people, and like I'm obsessed with how there were Nazis that had to find out who was gay.
So did Christians.
Oh, really?
Of course, it's in the Bible.
To be like, I just fucked these guys. They are gay. Let's get them.
In the old days, in the Bible, if a man layeth with another man, you're supposed to be put to death.
That means like someone signed up to be like, I'll do it. I'll investigate who's gay around here.
Well, the thing is, though, they were all gay.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. Like, if you go back in history, guys were fucking each other all the time. The Spartans did it. They had a philosophy that you would defend your lover more. Because, like, if you were fighting alongside a man that you loved, you would defend him more.
Was it love? Is that what love is? I'm still trying to figure it out.
Everybody's got their own definition for that. Like, what is it?
Yeah.
Love is mysterious.
Mm-hmm. That's wild. I always am like, what are the things we're doing now that we're going to look back in 50 years and be like, remember in 2006 when they were doing that?
Trans surgeries? 100%, especially on children.
Also having phones 24/7. Do you
100%.
think phones will be like cigarettes? Will be like
No, it'll be in your body by then.
Oh, right.
It'll be fun. They'll be laughing. Remember you used to have to carry your phone around?
Right.
Back in my day,
Right,
you could
right.
leave your phone at a restaurant.
Right. Remember when you couldn't just print from your mouth?
Mm-hmm. Remember when you could find a phone and just make calls from it because there was no passwords? If you found someone's flip phone, you just open that bitch up and start calling people.
Dude.
Yeah. You have to shut your phone off. You'd have to go to the Verizon store and go, hey, shut my fucking phone off.
And by then it was just
the guy's
it was
been
over.
calling China.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. You would have roaming charges. Do you remember those?
Yes. Also, remember when you lost your phone and that was it?
Oh, yeah.
Now I can find my phone within my own house. It'll tell me what room it's in.
Well, not only that, if I don't find my phone, I could just go to the Apple store and my phone is in the cloud. And then instantaneously, I get a new phone that's the same phone as my old phone with all my messages, all my notes, which is even more. My notes are more important than my messages because I keep so many material ideas.
But you back them up.
Oh, yeah. Always. This episode is brought to you by Visible. Have you heard of Visible? It's the one-line wireless with unlimited data and hotspot for $25 a month. Taxes and fees included, all on Verizon's 5G network. It's the ultimate wireless hack to save money and still get great coverage and a reliable connection. Got a resolution to save? Kick 2026 off right now. For a limited time, new members can get the Visible plan for just $19 a month for the first 26 months. Ring in the new year with code SWITCH26. Share the savings with a deal that's too good to keep quiet. Switch now at Visible.com. Terms apply. Limited time offer. Subject to change. See Visible.com for plan features and network management details. Yeah, that is. I do. Not only do I back them up, but I use other apps as well. I use Evernote. I back them up.
Oh yeah, I like Evernote, and Elephant was one I was using for a while. It's like same thing. Like helps organize because you can also search like by keyword.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
because sometimes like I've look, mom brain, you know, is real. But I think it's kind of good. I think it's like a software update. It's like deleting shit I didn't need to be remembering anyway.
That's a nice way of coping.
You know, like my hippocampus was just full of I actually, in some ways, feel like you might be smarter if you forget half the shit you know, because half the shit we learned has been debunked anyway. Like half of like science and history is not even so me unknowing it might even make me smarter. Like
Andrew Huberman was having a conversation with a professor at Stanford, and he said, what percentage of what's in medical journals and what's taught in school is no longer applicable? He said at least 50%.
Unbelievable.
At least 50% of the stuff that they were telling people. Like, look, they just turned the food pyramid upside down yesterday.
Well, the food pyramid, not only did it used to just be like bran muffins, it was just
it was rice.
It's like bear claw. Like what the fuck? Like
yeah, you need spaghetti. That's number one. SpaghettiOs is at the base.
It was so crazy.
Ravioli slightly above that.
And remember they had a fish with like eyeballs. Like what?
Yeah.
That's actually probably a good one now. But
at the top, now, like the littlest amount of stuff you're supposed to get is grains, and you're supposed to get meat and eggs at the bottom, which was always. I mean, look, there was a study that was like widely criticized fairly recently that labeled Fruit Loops as being healthier than ground beef.
But who sponsored that study?
That's the thing about all these things. It's like, who are these people, and can I see them naked?
Yeah, that's it.
Take your fucking clothes off. Let me see what you look like.
That's my same thing about quotes. You know how like we're in this quote culture where you'll just like, and you probably don't have this in your algorithm, but it's like inspiring quotes, and I'm like, I need to know who said it. I need to know who said it.
A lot of times it's fake. You'll see quotes
course.
attributed to Einstein.
Sure.
And then I'll try to find out if it's real, and it's not.
Right. But it's just sort of like, it's like.
Slightly anti-Semitic quotes. You're like,
Oh,
Did
and
Aristotle really say this?
Right. The Stoics, yeah, like. I don't know, man. But
There weren't even Jews back then.
There
What the
was-
fuck is this guy talking about?
I'm going to unfollow Ari Shafir once and for all. But that it said General Mills on it. It said GM on the side. When we were all looking at this pyramid, we knew that General Mills put this pyramid out.
Right.
And we didn't even think that there was a conflict of interest there.
Well, do you know how the whole Kellogg's cereal thing came about?
The Jerry Seinfeld movie?
No, Kellogg's.
Yeah.
Do you know why he decided to make these bland cereals?
Why?
To keep people from masturbating.
Sick.
That was the whole idea behind it, to give people bland food so that they wouldn't get aroused.
Is that what causes erections? Asking for a friend.
Yes.
Is
That's
that
the
how I
only
can-
way. The only
Is that
way
how
is
to turn my
spicy
guy
food.
on?
Yeah, spicy food. Put it on your pussy.
Really?
He's in.
Because I remember the Seinfeld thing was the Post. That was Pop-Tarts. So this is how actual cereal was invented?
Cereal, breakfast cereal, Kellogg's breakfast cereal. Specifically, he was like some sort of a weird Puritan. Hey, let's look it up because he had some really bizarre ideas. But the primary idea was that if you feed kids bland food, it would stop them from being horny.
Kids.
Kids.
Do kids get horny? I'm sorry.
Hell yeah. Like 13, 14,
Okay,
15.
chill. Okay, got it. Teen boys.
As soon as the hormones start going.
Sure.
I remember being like, where is all this coming from? Like you're all of a sudden horny, like where you were never horny, and then all of a sudden you're 12 and it starts coming on like a
Yeah.
storm.
Yeah.
And then you're 13, you're like, what the fuck
And
is
all your female
happening?
teachers want to fuck you.
It depends on if you live in Florida.
They're all just letting you motorboat them between periods.
I think you made that wrong, Bobby.
Yeah, it is. Once you have a kid, like, it really is. I feel so cliche, like, about the ways you change once you have a kid. Everyone warns you, and you're like, okay. I mean, you really look at every authority figure around kids differently. Every teacher, every coach. You're just like, what are you in this for? Like,
Right.
You're not in it for the money.
Right.
You're getting paid nothing. You don't have kids to go to school. Like, what are you up to, dude?
Indoctrinating kids. Here it is. Bran flakes. No, Kellogg's bran flakes were not created to stop kids from getting horny. But the broader Kellogg's cereal story is tied to some very weird anti-sex ideas from the 19th and 20th century. Kellogg's bran flakes were introduced in 1915 as a high-fiber breakfast cereal marketed as a health food to aid digestion and promote better-for-you breakfasts. Where the sex myth comes from. John Harvey Kellogg, a physician and Seventh-day Adventist, there it is, did believe that bland, plain diets, especially cereal and nuts, could help reduce sexual desire and masturbation. And he pushed those ideas at his sanitarium. So what the fuck is no, it's a myth? It's not a myth. This was his idea. He believed it, and he sold that stuff. How can they say that's a myth?
Can you imagine how hard the publicists at Kellogg's are working
Yeah, because
to make sure that's not on the internet?
That's why it's listed saying that it's a myth. That's the only reason why Perplexity is getting confused, because there's a bunch of propaganda saying it's not. All you have to do is look at the first thing. John Harvey Kellogg believed that plain, bland diets could help reduce sexual desire and masturbation, and he sold plain, bland food.
And back then, cereal was pretty much just for kids. So you can
Yeah.
already assume that it's going to be targeted at kids.
These beliefs are most closely associated with early flake cereals like Corn Flakes and his general biological living health philosophy, not with bran flakes specific, whatever. So how true is the rumor? It is fair to say that some of Kellogg's early cereal experiments were influenced by his belief that plain foods could encourage sexual restraint. So it is a good rumor. So why are they saying that it's not that it's a
Probably 'cause
myth.
I typed in bran instead of cornflakes, and it's just.
Oh,
getting confused
bran.
on
There's
that.
Yeah,
four-
it was the bland. Not. Did you think I said bran?
I mean, I typed in bran because
I meant bland.
But yeah, I know.
But bran is
Right,
like a little bit more
same-ish.
flavorful. I used to really like bran cereal.
I love Raisin Bran.
Yeah,
It's delicious.
Raisin bran is the bomb diggity.
It's so filling. It's so good.
Especially frosted raisin bran with
get
the
outta here.
sugar. I would, and we would pour sugar on it too, because we always
Always.
thought sugar just gave you cavities. Nobody thought it was killing you.
Yeah.
So we'd take scoops of sugar and just throw it on those fucking raisin
Dude,
bran bowls.
Frosted Flakes was my shit.
Oh yeah, I was a big Captain Crunch man myself.
Peanut butter?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Captain.
Yeah.
It's Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
We used to mix White Trash Till I Die, Apple Jacks with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ooh, those are good ones.
Now what, RFK?
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah, you better let me keep having those. You know, I don't think you should ban those, man.
I think like it's important to have restraint and to have the option to do something and
How
then
about have a little fucking discipline?
that's
You know?
it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
How about give me the Fruit Loops with the dye? I want to look at pretty colors.
Yeah. I want my shit to be neon.
I'm not going to get cancer if I eat one bowl.
Well, 'cause
okay,
that-
shut up.
That's the other thing. It's like the stress is the worst for us. So the stress about like, should I eat it? Should I? Is worse than just
Yes.
eating it.
I was just talking to a friend who has suffered multiple heart attacks from stress. His doctor says there's nothing wrong with his arteries.
Right.
And he's gotten these heart attacks because literally his body constricts. He's in like a very serious situation. And his body constricts so heavily that his arteries fucking close up and he has heart attacks.
So what is the difference between because I'm all about like good stress on your body, like exposing yourself to good stress and then bad stress. Your body knows the difference, right? Bad stress is going to be like the cortisol, and then good stress, that's like adrenaline, right?
Well,
I'm hoping you're gonna
adrenaline
cut
can
me off.
fuck you
Please
up
cut me
too.
off.
Hormetic effect. Right? So the hormetic effect is like there's an argument with certain foods, right? There's an argument against certain foods, like that they have phytochemicals in them. So what they have is like an actual toxin that discourages predation, right? But some of that is actually has a hermetic effect, and it's actually good for you. Like. What's a good one? Broccoli sprouts. You know, what does that have? Phosphoryphane? What is it? What is the word? I can't remember the
Photosynthesis
beneficial.
something.
No, photosynthesis is how they convert sunlight into food.
So, but like when you're doing good
What's the
stress,
word?
like exercise and
Sulforaphane? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think you just said it as I was. I think that's the word.
I think it's sulforaphane.
Is that it right on the screen?
sulforaphane.
Yeah, sulforaphane. A plant compound formed when you chew or chop broccoli sprouts, which activates an enzyme that converts
wow.
a precursor called glucoraphanin into sulforaphane. Broccoli sprouts have far higher levels of glucoraphanin than mature broccoli, which is why they are such a concentrated source of sulforaphane.
So you're eating the plant stress. That's
Well, plants do release chemicals. You want to hear a crazy one? This is really nuts. Plants are intelligent in some sort of a weird way. And one of the things they found is that if, like, say if a giraffe is eating certain bushes and they're eating them upwind, and so the wind comes down and the other plants recognize that they're being consumed, and so they change their chemical profile to make them disgusting.
starts tasting bad. Horses,
Yeah.
same thing. Horses will all be grazing in one place and then they'll just pivot out of nowhere and you're like, what's going on? And they'll move to different grass.
Yeah, it's like the grass realizes that it's happening. Oh my God, it's a grass apocalypse.
And like lets off some kind
Yeah.
of, acid or
Isn't
something.
that nuts?
Wild.
So this is the argument against consuming plants that all the carnivore people use, is that there's these chemicals. Like, find out what the chemicals they talk about. What are the chemicals that carnivore diet people think are dangerous from plants? And the idea is that plants can't defend themselves. They're stationary. And so what they do is they release things that make them disgusting.
Got it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It is like, after being pregnant, I kind of just surrendered to being like, what if I just ate what I craved? Like, let me just let my body wisdom or whatever, like, kind of go, And it was sourdough bread, not regular bread, just sourdough, which I wonder if that's allowed on the pyramid.
It's a lot better for you.
Right?
Yeah.
Sourdough bread, eggs, and meat no salad. Like it made me like nauseous to like even think about salad. But maybe that was just my blood type or whatever it was.
My wife was really into frozen pizza rolls, those little disgusting things, and I would buy them for her. I'm like, are you sure?
That is a Texas bitch, like through and through.
Carnivore diet advocates often argue that many common plant compounds are toxic or anti-nutrients that harm digestion hormones and or nutrient absorption. Carnivore influence usually group these under umbrella anti-nutrients or plant defense chemicals. Oxalates is one for sure. Oxalates is terrible for you. But the way to get around that is cooking them. So like this is like I used to always drink kale smoothies. I used to take kale and throw it in there with garlic and ginger and drink a smoothie every day.
Then you left LA.
No, I mean I felt fine doing it. I never got kidney stones or anything like that. But then I started reading about oxalates, and then I had a bunch of people on that told me that you can get kidney stones, and I did actually get my blood work done, and it was high in oxalates. But also that's from almonds. I used to eat a lot of almonds. Lectins, grains, beans, nuts, there it is, promote leaky gut, autoimmunity, and general gut irritation. Phytates, what is that? Phytic acid, grains, legumes, and nuts criticized for binding materials that and reducing their absorption. Tannins or other polyphenols described by some meat advocates as additional plant defenses that can inhibit nutrient absorption or act as pro-oxidants. But one of the things that I've heard from people that are pretty knowledgeable is that the issue might not be the actual plants itself. It might be pesticides.
That's the other thing. They say the worst thing you can eat at a restaurant anywhere is salads because it's just covered in pesticides. Like I am washing my fruit and vegetables more than I wash my own body.
See if this is true, because I read this, that 100% of all California wines tested positive for glyphosate.
And out in Malibu, Raytheon, because there was a Raytheon plant.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And cum, actually.
Rocketdyne used to be in my neighborhood.
Wild.
Yeah. I wonder if I got juiced up.
Remember when I went out and before I had a kid and I was just fighting people over rescuing giraffes, I had an instinct to mother, and I was just mothering everything except an actual baby, including giraffes. And the wine that was made up there at that place, Malibu Safari, had tested positive for Raytheon, and people were getting sick.
For Raytheon?
Uh-huh.
Well, how do you test positive for Raytheon?
Like the
They tested 10, but yes.
Okay, they tested 10. And a 2016 investigation by ABC7 News Beyond Pesticides reported that 10 out of 10 California wines tested positive for glyphosate. Whoa. That's nuts.
I'm obsessed with these sort of health and wellness sort of myths, and where do they, like, wine's good, red wine's good for you. Like, what alcoholic like made that popular? Remember, it's like it's got resveratrol. It's this. It's like the amount you would need to get the amount of resveratrol that would make a difference is you would kill your liver anyway. But like, dark chocolate's good for you. Like these things we just like latch
I think
on.
dark chocolate is good for you, though.
Is it?
Yeah, I think that's legit. I don't think wine is necessarily bad for you. I think alcohol is bad for you. But I think it also loosens you up and makes you happy, which is better for you than being sad, depending on where you are, right? So if you were with a group of people, like you and I and a bunch of friends went out to dinner, we all had wine, we're laughing our asses off, that would probably be really good for you.
And it removes a little bit of the ability to, and that was always my thing. Like I've 3.5 years off pretty much anything. I mean, I was pregnant, I have a kid. Like, I got to be focused. Like a toddler is just like suicidal. Like I think with, at least I'll just speak for myself, my brain, a glass of wine, I'm just able to be present without going, is this a good joke? Which I write about. It just takes off that like sort of like interior anthropologist narrative that is like, I always have to be categorizing things and filing things as jokes or cross-referencing things and, filing things away for future stand-up. And
that's the thing, right? It's because you always need new jokes.
And
it's like you're always farming.
And when you hear something that's like, oh, that'd be such a good premise, is like, sometimes I'll just like do what you do. I'll put it in notes to just file it away just so that I'm not thinking about it so much.
That's the only thing that keeps me sane. Because if I don't do that, if I don't, it's going to get away from me.
Same.
I have like
Same.
At least my family knows. Like sometimes I'll jump up from the dinner table and I have to run away because I know it's slippery. I'm like, this idea is slippery. I'll be right back. I got an idea.
Let me just write it down. I have
to write it down, and I come back. And I don't tell them the idea because it's usually they're like, what?
Yeah. Trust me, it's going to sound
sucks.
bad. No. Okay, Jews do run the meat. Just let me flesh it out. This idea about Jews and blacks. But yeah, as long as I'm able to write it down, then I can be present.
Then you know you saved it. And Neil Brennan used to say that his joke book was basically like a net for catching ideas.
Love it. I have one.
Great idea. Great premise.
Promise I have a joke,
analogy.
like I'll write it down in my like a notebook, but I'll of course leave it somewhere, and it just looks like my suicide note. It's just like words. It's just like Kegels, episiotomy. Like it's just crazy words. But and that's the other thing that I think having a kid gave me that I didn't even know was possible, which is what I thought like weed or a glass of wine or whatever before was. I've always just been trying to figure out how to get present, like be in the present moment, which by the way, is there a biological basis for being in the present moment? Probably. It's probably, was, a detriment back in the day. You wanted to be like 2 steps ahead or this is what just happened. And
of course.
Eating that berry was bad. Like being in the present moment probably got you killed back then. But
that's what they think ADHD is about. It's about being a persistent hunter. We have a problem with the software that we're running and perhaps maybe the computer. So the last few episodes.
Jamie, please cut my audio. Reddit will love this episode.
They don't love anything.
Just cut me out of it.
There's a bunch of people I'd like to see naked. All of the negative Reddit commenters, like, you guys need to go outside.
Touch grass, babes.
Yeah.
I look at those guys and I'm always just, guys, girls, whoever. Like, I go on Reddit, but like.
They're non-binary, all of them.
I always think, like, if we didn't get to do what we do, would we be doing that?
100%.
Yeah.
I would. I always say that, like, when people are, like, really mean to celebrities online in comments, I'm like, I would do that. 1,000,000,000%. If I was 16 years old and I had a fucking Twitter account,
and
I'd
they
be
have a
trolling
plane,
everybody.
yeah,
fuck you.
You're just like, hey, asshole, like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd be going after everybody. I would 100%. That was all, especially if I get them to respond.
Right.
I'd be like, woo wee. I got him on the hook. Look at this.
And then like Kimmel would like read negative comments on his show. Like you can get on a show. Which is, by the way, what's happening with like crowd work. People come to shows now trying to get in a crowd work video. Just heckling and yelling.
Yeah, especially if someone is known for responding to hecklers.
Oh, no, the first 4 rows are people that are like in hair and makeup. They have like hats on, like their tits are out, like they're ready they're like, hey, bitch. And I'm like,
right.
I'm not filming this show, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
People just want to be a part of something.
Do you want to know where I'm from? It's like, I don't care. I'm in Austin. I know you live. I don't give a shit. Like,
well, that's the weird thing about social media and the internet in general is that everyone has a voice now, which is great, and it's also terrible.
Yeah.
It's both things. It's great because some people emerge from that voice, just like we were talking about memes. Some of the hardest laughs that I get during the day are these memes that anonymous people have created and someone sends me.
Same.
And I'm like, ah!
Same.
And then I send them to people. I don't know who the fuck made it.
Can we pause 1 second again? It's now not recording the audio, even though we can hear everything. It just stopped all of a sudden.
Did it record any of what we just said? Because that was fucking gold.
No, it is still going. It is still going. It's
that
just
was
not.
gold.
I'm going to trust it. It's just not visually showing up. We'll trust it.
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
having a conversation about being in the present moment and
No
being
worries.
like, wait, you didn't record that.
Yeah.
I was being so present. Damn it. Now I have to.
I think, we're in this weird transitionary period where we have a new technology and that allows everyone to have a voice. And I think overall it's very good because you have more voices and it's just people have to discern what's a valuable voice and what's not. And, that's where I tell people don't read the fucking comments. It's not good for you because you're getting too many non-valuable voices. And if you've done a good job of curating your environment and curating your friend group, you've eliminated all these people that are really shitty and bitter and jealous and nasty and also like have no ability to look at themselves.
Yeah.
Like,
but also like to all my, like I was just did Norman's podcast with Sam Morrell and they were talking about the comments and I was like, guys, like I've said worse things to you than any of these comments.
Right.
Like we're comics. We all sit around and are so much meaner to each other than any of the
meaner about other comics that aren't there. Oh God, we did the worst shit ever.
Totally. It's just sort of like nothing in this comment section is worse than what Tony Hinchcliffe just said to me on the phone. In a conversation.
And you laughed.
Totally. I just talked to Tim Dillon for an hour. Like, I have no self-esteem left. Like, this is like a warm hug. Like, my comment section is where I go for compliments at this point.
Sometimes I forget that when I'm hanging out with normies. You know, and I'll just drop a bomb.
Yeah, no. Same.
You should look at their
No,
face
you
like,
can't
what
do
the fuck did you just say? I'm like, I thought we were talking shit.
No, I did that yesterday. I was checking into the hotel, and we're in Texas. My mom's from Texas, whatever. And this dude that works there was wearing like cowboy boots, like
Right.
solid cowboy boots. And I was like, oh, sick cowboy boots. I mean, like, they're just high heels for men, but like cool that you guys call them like cowboy boots.
Right,
and he
right.
was just like, and I was like, oh, you're gonna fight me. Like, this is not. I can say that to like Tony Hinchcliffe because I'm always like, hey, you moved to Texas so that you could wear heels, like so that you basically wear cowboy boots all the time. Like
He was going through a period of time where he's wearing nothing but cowboy hats and cowboy boots on stage.
dude, and then like a Gucci like tracksuit. Like, name a person that knew less about what to do with their money than
Here's
Tony
the thing
Hinchcliffe.
he's doing now. He's wearing vests. He wears vests all the time. It's 1,000 degrees
Bulletproof
outside.
vest after he was at the Trump rally. Smart. So the Puerto Ricans have
Listen,
guns, homie.
The Puerto Ricans love him.
Yeah, they do. They really
If there's
do.
any group of people that are great at talking shit, it's Puerto Ricans.
It's like Jennifer Lopez cut to her like crying because she's like, "What are jokes?" But yeah, I love.
She doesn't count.
So have you made your will?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm making my will soon, which as soon as you have a kid, they're like, make a will or else your craziest family member is going to like get your son, you know,
yeah.
and I have them. And am I allowed to make I want to make like a funny will. Like, I want to give Brian Holtzman like $1 million just to see what he'll do, just to look down from heaven and just see him with like
You probably buy suspenders or
just
something.
calf implants, like just like like seeing what Tony did with his money, like watching all these comics, like Bobby Lee, he just like shows up in like women's shoes, like he'll just be in like, you know, those like Golden Goose sneakers, they're like $700, they're bedazzled.
He wears bedazzled sneakers?
Well, they're like Golden Goose. Do you know these shoes?
Yeah, I have a pair of Golden Goose.
Yeah, but they're like shimmery with like leopard.
It's weird because Golden Goose, they come out worn out. Like
Yes.
I bought them in Aspen.
Yeah.
You buy them worn out, and everybody was really into it. I'm like, they're already pre-worn. Like, this is weird.
It's like when you did like bought jeans with holes in them,
Right.
like ahead of time, like
I never did that, by the way.
Yeah.
No, that's a lie. I did it for a while, and then I was like, what was wrong with me?
Yeah,
And I
it's like,
stopped.
but I like holes in the knees because you can move around more. Like, that's actually useful. I'll always cut holes.
Oh,
in.
you need to buy like stretchy jeans.
You know what? I did start buying stretchy jeans, and this is actually the worst thing I've done since becoming a mom. You just become such a dork. Except your wife. Your wife is just like, she's like my hero. I'm like, how do you stay? Why are you so hot? Like, you're a mom. You're like allowed to just look like Rachel Maddow, but you do this. Like, I need to get back on the horse because I started buying sweatpants that look like jeans. And I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, it's just.
Well, there's a bunch of jeans like that you can get now.
Mm-hmm.
What are those? Oh, they're called Perfect jeans.
Mm.
Those are really good. I got a few pairs of those. I think that's what they're called, right? Perfect jeans?
Like stretchy guys.
Yeah, those are great.
do that.
RevTown makes a great pair. They're
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Barbell jeans.
Oh,
They're,
nice.
They're nice. Yeah, they're made for people with big thighs.
Yeah.
Because my jeans wear out in the middle because my thighs are always rubbing together.
Right. Oh, like in the yeah.
That's where they tear open.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
wear out.
Yeah,
So
I
I need to be I can't wear something that I can't kick somebody in.
but also, fuck yes, fuck. So good to be in Texas where the real men are. That's how they think. My fiance's
I
like
was thinking like that always.
all your whole life. It's so
Yeah.
funny. My fiance's like he's just you don't realize till you date a like very straight guy that you've only dated gay guys.
Very straight guy.
Like, I always was like, oh, good, metrosexual. Like, my dude, my favorite thing to do is ask him what he's thinking about. Not like, what are you thinking about? Like, hoping it's me or like our wedding or something. I'm just like fascinated. I'm on the edge of my seat. And it's usually like, if I could fight that guy. Like,
Or the Roman Empire.
yeah, my God, dude. Just like jerking off, thinking about tigers tearing apart criminals. Like, what about the Roman Empire exactly? That's so crazy when you think about it. I mean, didn't species go extinct
Because of the Roman Empire?
because of the Colosseum fights?
I don't believe that's true. I've never heard that.
When I did like a tour of it, they said that, but I'm sure they were just trying to.
Yeah, they're trying to juice you up. Well,
Yeah.
let's find out.
Even if they did, how could they prove it? I guess it's.
Well, they don't really. There's a lot of like speculation that's probably erroneous about why certain animals went extinct, including woolly mammoths.
Also, there's a lot of animals out there that maybe you guys can't find. We don't.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know. Like, okay, not to bring up California, but have you seen this doomsday fish?
What's that?
It's a fish that only appears when an earthquake's about to happen.
Oh, great.
And they're and they're coming up around Monterey in California. It's like a syringe with fins.
Really?
You know these like fish at the bottom of the ocean that we
Oh, and they're getting away from the bottom because they feel
coming
like
up.
that it's coming?
They're
Oh,
like coming up
boy.
to the surface. They're
I've
seeing.
never heard of this before.
But my brain also goes like, maybe they've been around and you just haven't seen them. But
That's true. It's not like we have cameras down there 24/7.
at all times, yeah.
Coliseum animal fights did not clearly drive any species to global extinction, but they did help wipe out or severely reduce some regional populations and subspecies. Like what?
Yeah.
Beast hunts killed animals on a huge scale. Ancient sources describe thousands of animals killed in single festivals and tens of thousands over imperial reigns. Modern historians argue that this sustained demand contributed to local or regional disappearances, especially when combined with hunting, habitat loss, and warfare. Well, that, like, just what they did in America with market hunting, they almost wiped out everything
Yeah.
in America because no one had ice, right? So you had to get meat every day. So they wiped out almost all deer. They wiped out elk elk used to be in all 50 states, and now they're only in a few. They wiped out almost all of them.
And this is fascinating to me, just the Roman Coliseum thing, because I think that my brain always does whenever it's like, can you believe people in the comments are trashing Sabrina Carpenter or whatever? It's like, yeah, people used to go watch, you know, people have their limbs torn apart by lions and sit there and like cheer and suggest they would yell out how to kill people like that. You know, they would go watch at the town square, people get hanged. Like, this is right on time.
They'd watch people have sword fights.
This is the most humane version of publicly shaming people we've done thus far. It's just like, you suck. Like, that's like
right, it just hurts your feelings.
Yeah.
Right, and it only hurts your feelings if you read it.
But I also don't think anyone has only made a comment on Joe Rogan's or only on mine. I don't think it's like just personal.
Well, there's probably one schizophrenic person that just concentrates on you.
Yeah. Oh, no, I have many of those. Yeah.
But there's most people are just.
But I don't think they're
that are doing
normal
it, they're
with everyone
negative.
else. And
Right.
then, you know.
Well, that's the argument that some people have that I completely disagree with. That it should be your name. Everyone should know who's posting that, and that you shouldn't be allowed to post anonymously. My problem with that is that eliminates all whistleblowing.
Oh, good point.
You know, you're working at some defense contractor,
Yeah.
and you know they're doing something horrible, or whatever. You're working for some oil company, and you know they're doing something evil. No, you can't have completely anonymous. I mean, you can't have only like recognized accounts where you know the exact person who's posting things, because sometimes you need to have anonymous sources.
But also, it's, you know, essentially, like, I'm always interested in, you know, finding the like equanimous real life version of something digital. So it's like negative things in the comment section. That's like being at a football game and someone being like, Tom Brady, you suck. Like,
Right.
he obviously doesn't suck.
Right.
You're
It's the
wearing,
same thing.
You're wearing a Patriots jersey. Like, you obviously love him. You're just like being an idiot. You know, it's kind of like.
How about UFC fans? Some of them
There
are
you
the
go.
worst. They're like, he's a pussy.
Is he?
Fights for a living.
Yes. You don't
he
even need
fights in his underwear, barefoot in a fucking cage for a living,
right,
and you're
that's
calling
right.
him a pussy.
That's right. People, I mean, and also think about what it would take for you to stop and leave a shitty comment. You would have to be in such a dark place to like need to just like throw a stray at someone. And like, I like to think of it as like a weird service, and maybe this is just me trying to like sublimate it into something positive, because like being a female comedian on the internet's like pretty wild. And it's like I signed up to make people happy or make people laugh or give people some kind of escape from their life. And if you hating me or saying some mean shit gives you like a hit of, like, great. I don't think I came into comedy being like, everyone has to love me. Like that.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
People hate Chappelle. It's literally not possible.
The people I know that take the biggest risks and that, you know, are polarizing. Like, I
Yeah.
think the most interesting comics are polarizing. So if everyone liked me, I'd probably be pretty boring. And
Well, there's a few people that don't take risks that are hilarious, that aren't polarizing at all, like Nate Bargatze.
Yeah.
Or Gaffigan. But
Sebastian.
Sebastian. But Gaffigan got really polarizing when he went political. A lot of people
That's
got
right.
mad at him for that.
That's right.
But I think he was drunk.
Oh, interesting. He did a
Pretty sure he was drunk. He likes to throw him back. And then
was
get
he doing
real mad.
online though? Wasn't he like doing online, or was he doing it live?
Oh, he was on Twitter.
Oh, he was on
During
Twitter. Yeah.
the Trump
That's right, I
election.
remember.
He
I
went
remember.
crazy and he lost like a giant chunk of fans. People turned on him. he's the Hot Pockets guy. And all
That's
of a sudden
right.
He's like involved in politics.
It's interesting when that kind of, I think that as a comic, like it's, and you do something sort of different here, but I never, to take a side just feels so weird. It just feels so bizarre because I think it's really our job to be able to defend the indefensible, just even as an exercise, and to be able to deeply believe that two things can be true at once.
I think it's the opposite of what wokies do with animals. So with wokies, with animals, they're like, adopt, don't shop. Mm-hmm. I think with your ideas, you should shop around. Don't adopt. Don't adopt like all the ideas that the left has or all the ideas that the right has. Shop around.
Also, breeders are bad, so rescue a dog from a breeder if you need to.
Right. Well, breeders are bad, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I have the best fucking dog in the world, and he came from a breeder.
Some are good, some are bad. Some rescues are good. Some of the worst people on earth are animal rescue people. Some of the worst people on earth work in charities,
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
And
did you see the data about the LA fire money and where it went?
Did you see the data of the whole?
Shit.
What was it? How many billion was supposed to be spent on homelessness removal?
24.
Where does it go?
billion.
But just I'm not
unaccounted
even,
for.
I'm not even mad. Just tell me where it is. How do you even hide that much money?
Know. They
How do you even
literally
hide
don't
it?
know. But I want to show you this. Did I ever send it to you, Jamie? I know I saved it because it's so crazy.
It was like there was a concert. It was like
it was $100 million. But where it went is literally absolutely nuts. I'm gonna find it.
Oh, and Jamie, did you find that doomsday fish? I just want to make sure.
I saw an article about it from a couple years ago that said it shows up when
doomsday
earthquake.
Fish. Yeah, there
Back
was
to
one up in
17th
Monterey. They
century
said that came.
Japan.
I'm obsessed with the fish that we don't know about.
Okay, I just sent it to you, Jamie. So the House Judiciary Committee released a report on the LA Fire Aid concert. Among the findings, fire aid was used. I mean, this is going to. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know why I'm coughing. Fire aid was used for activities such as voter participation initiatives, podcasts. They give $100,000 to podcasters. Approximately $550,000 in donations went to organizations involved in political advocacy.
Well, that's money laundering. That's just money laundering.
$550,000 out of $100 million. $250,000 was directed towards programs benefiting undocumented immigrants. Look at this. $100,000 to podcasters. I want to know who the fuck the podcasters were that got $100,000.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Like
what does that mean? Like, what did they prevent fires with that money? $500,000 was used to cover salaries, bonuses. Imagine you got a bonus because there was a fire. Consultant fees for nonprofit
But if it's a
organizations.
nonprofit, why are you giving it money?
And
to
why are you giving them
profit?
bonuses? $500,000. Okay, many worthy nonprofits did receive grants that were used to support victims. This report provides lessons for the distribution of, or the disbursement rather, of any remaining fire aid funds. Go down lower because it keeps
It's a good
going.
racket. Everyone I know that works with a charity has like 2 houses. Like, good for them because they don't have to pay taxes either.
There's more where they laid all this stuff out. So this is Kevin Kiley, who is, what is his congressman from California. So he's outlining this because he tried to look it up. It's fucking crazy. But, I mean, some of that is fucking criminal. This one drives me nuts. Organizations involved in political advocacy. $500,000.
Why is anyone advocating for politics? Like, what does that even mean?
It's just stealing money.
That's right. That's just money laundering. That's all
just
that is.
stealing money.
Wait, fungus planting projects. What? To plant fungus.
Fungus planting policy. What?
Fungus planting projects. Just
They're growing
growing
mushrooms.
weed. Yeah,
They're growing mushrooms.
That's right. They're growing
The
mushrooms.
best way to keep people from doing this, man.
This is what it is, dude. It's like literally like everyone that's pissed that their house caught on fire, take these mushrooms, and you will realize materialism doesn't.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah,
man.
it's
You're
just
part of the universe, man.
We're all connected. Like if
time
someone
to
else
move
has
out
a
of
house, you have a house too.
California.
Like
This is the universe telling you to get the fuck out of here.
I mean, it is like a lot to process. I mean, there's a point where you're kind of like, my brain goes like, when there's nothing you can do about it, you're like, what do I do? Like, do I just get mad? Do I just look away? Do I become the person that's retweeting shit and just being that person? Like, you know, the things we have to kind of just decide with our economy of bandwidth, what to be outraged about. And maybe this is it. The idea is like, we'll throw so much at you that you'll just get exhausted. And
This episode is brought to you by Athletic Brewing Company. So here we are. It's the new year, which means it's about time to hit reset. Just because it's January doesn't mean you need to disappear into a cold plunge and never drink again. Just rotate in some Athletic non-alcoholic beer. You get the taste, the perfect meal pairing, and the night out, but you wake up without the hangover. With over 185 taste awards, they brew all kinds of styles. IPAs, Goldens, Hazies, you name it. Athletic is proud brewed in America and sold at over 75,000 grocery or liquor stores, bars, and restaurants across the country. You can also purchase a variety of limited styles exclusively on their website. Go to athleticbrewing.com/Rogan to find stores near you or get brews shipped right to your door. Use code Rogan to get 15% off your first online order. Near beer, terms and conditions and certain limitations apply. Athletic Brewing Company, fit for all times. I don't think it's a plan. I think it's just a function of the whole social media ecosystem.
But also they're like, we know we're going to get away with this. Like, I just
But
love.
they're not, because this guy, the congressman, is looking it up. It's gonna, they're definitely gonna talk about it. It's gonna be a problem for these people. It's gonna be a problem during re-election, and it's supposed to be. They're monsters. These people are evil. They're really evil. Like, what they're doing is stealing money from people that decided they were gonna donate money because they thought it was a worthy cause, and it wasn't a worthy cause.
And also, when those fires happened, the idea that it was like, donate, it's like, well, you were just in a fire zone too. We pay enough taxes in California to not have to have charities to donate to fire victims.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Charities are such a scam because it's like, well, no, this is where our taxes should be going to stuff. We shouldn't have to have these charities where people are donating money to help people. They don't have money either.
Well, it's a scam, and when you find out where the money actually goes,
Right,
that's
right.
when it becomes a scam. When you find out that the vast amount, like if you have $100 million that gets donated to legitimate charity, it's
Right.
very likely that only 30% or less is going to the actual cause.
And that person doesn't pay taxes on top of that because the
Right.
charity's a tax write-off. So my taxes aren't going to pay for that cause, and then you're not paying taxes anyway, and then I have to give you extra money. It's just like, it's just such a charity culture is just such a bizarre. Does every country have this charity culture?
I don't know. Well, our charity culture is really weird because of U.S. aid. Because U.S. aid, everybody thought of as like, oh, it's aid. We're giving aid to all these other countries. That's important. People are going to starve.
Right.
And then you realize, like, oh, no, it's not U.S. aid. It's U.S. Agency for International Development. So a lot of it is about overthrowing foreign governments. A lot of it is about funding these NGOs that are supposedly nonprofit, but people
Right.
extract the money out of them.
Like, what's your
It's
definition
a lot of money
of aid?
laundering.
Yeah.
A lot of it is money laundering.
Fascinating, dude.
It's so much. Mike Benz is the guy to follow on that. And Mike
Yeah.
Benz is like, he's gone deep, deep into all this shit and uncovered an insane way. He said that U.S. aid is for things that are too dirty for the CIA. When it's too dirty for the CIA, they send it off to a non-government organization. That's an NGO. So an NGO can do things that the government can't do legally. So they'll go and use this money in a way that our government can't do it. But it's our government's money. So it's your tax dollars go to do things that the government's not allowed to do. And the government just does it that way through an NGO. And people profit massively. And money is just flowing around and no one knows where it goes. Like the $24 billion that went to the homeless problem in California where it only got worse.
I don't even get how you hide that much money. I don't even get how you launder it and hide it. I mean, that's
It
like,
just shows you how crazy scams are in this country. I mean, we're learning that out about the Somali daycare
oh yeah, the
thing.
Minnesota thing. Yeah.
But that's just one part of it. The Somali daycares in Minnesota is the tip of the iceberg. California is way bigger. So people are digging into the problems in California now. And they're saying, no. Whatever you thought the fraud was, there was a guy that was running a bunch of daycares. He had no
Already
one
a red flag.
in California, no one at his organization, no kids, pulled up in a fucking Rolls Royce when they were investigating.
Of course.
A Rolls Royce.
Of course. Couldn't even just get a Lexus.
No.
They can't just be cool. It's like Dane Cook's brother or whatever who stole from him, like pulled up in like a Bugatti. It's like you couldn't have
Did he
just,
really?
It was like something crazy. Like you couldn't have just got an Acura.
That's when he found out that his brother was stealing from him?
I think it was like a car that pulled up. It's like, I know what I paid.
Find out what car
Like-
that sunk Dane Cook's brother. By the way, he got out of jail and the money's still missing.
Stop.
Yeah, there was a ton of money that they never recovered. He might have hid it in a coffee
There's
can
some
in
real
Nebraska
rich hookers
somewhere.
in Pensacola, I'll tell you what.
He might have blown through all of it, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, you'd have to ask Dane.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that a lot of the money was unrecovered.
He donated it to the LA fire victims. Yeah, it's like people that steal like that, like it's like, for what I understand, it's like kind of a gambling addiction too. It's like, I got away with this. Like you get this invincibility complex of like, and now I can get away with this. And then you just get in over your head and you show up one day in a fucking, Ferrari. And everyone's like, huh?
Did you ever see that documentary, The 7-5?
No.
The 7-5 is all about the 75th precinct in New York and how corrupt it was. It's a really good documentary. I had the guy who was the main guy, Michael Dowd, who was a corrupt cop.
Love it.
I had him on the podcast,
Love it.
and he explained it. He said the first day if you watch the documentary, first day working, they threw a guy out of building and killed him, and he was like, "Shut the fuck up," like. You know what you saw. Now you didn't see shit, right? And you're like, yeah, I didn't see shit. Like they killed a guy on his first day on the job, and he's like, okay, this is I guess what we do.
Yep.
And so he was selling drugs, robbing drug dealers, and showed up at work with a Corvette. He had a brand new badass Corvette.
Keep the Corvette under a blanket and just drive a Honda to work. Like you could have gotten
you
away with
fucking
this forever.
Get an old pickup truck, stupid.
Like, I love that shit, dude. I fucking love it so much.
This guy shows up at his fucking daycare in a Rolls Royce.
It was like the Wild Wild Country guy. He could have got away with that forever, but it was like the 56 like bedazzled Rolls Royce. Everyone was like,
Oh, he
I
had a
don't
ton
know,
of 'em.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a bunch of Rolls Royces.
But God told me I should have these. Like, huh? I don't know.
But the people
Yeah.
are retarded. That is one of the greatest things ever. By the people, for the people. In the pause.
Dude,
But the people are retarded.
tough titties.
So it's for the retarded. But so look at this. 42.1 million. This is the guy.
He's trying to cover the car with his body.
Pull back and let's hear what he says in the beginning of this, because
I mean, with all that money, maybe buy some Ozempic too, homie. Like-
he's eating good. Let me hear what he says.
Ever since Nick Shirley has done his reporting in Minnesota, we have Iranian daycare centers in California. Over here we have 1412 South Crescent Heights, Creative Children Academy. Nobody has come in or out of this facility in 9 months. Every window is just boarded up.
Yeah, because no one in LA has kids.
Look at his Rolls Royce.
Owner of this property. How did you get? Where's the money jump sheet?
The way the door
$3.14
opens is so
million
fun.
for this one facility.
Where'd you get
I
this
just
car
don't
from?
understand. How did you
Private
get
property.
Yeah, did you win the law?
That's assault. Don't touch me.
This looks fake.
Don't touch
It really does.
It looks fake as shit.
It looks fake as shit. This looks like completely staged. Just the way he walks up and grabs the car. When you saw people with cameras and you've got a convertible Rolls
You would turn
Royce
around,
parked,
I think. You would just
Well,
turn around.
It's just too convenient. There's no one there. Why is he there
parks
with
right
the
out
car?
front.
That looks fake.
He's not wearing any brands. That's
It's
usually a
also
thing,
there's
too.
something in my mind registered his face when he started talking. Wait a minute.
Wait,
is
this
that
is the guy?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's fake.
Yeah.
Oh, so
So I just
that was
spread-
like a staged reenactment or something.
Yeah, it's horseshit.
Yeah, he's just trying to
Yeah.
This is like when I
yeah,
repost videos where people have like 7 fingers, and I'm
It's
like, oh.
just bad acting.
Yeah,
I
they're
saw
taking
his
advantage
face.
of clicks.
I saw his face. I'm like, this guy's a bad actor. This is like a Hallmark special.
Well, when he took off the golf hat, like douchebagger Vance, like before to start his
yeah,
thing, that
that's
was a little...
just engagement.
Yeah. Why are you wearing a
That's all that is.
suit? Why are you wearing a suit? To
Meanwhile,
your...
people are sending that to me like it's real. There it is.
That thing?
Yeah.
But it's
But
based.
they want it to be real.
Yeah. And by the way, you get to a point with real and fake where you're just like, it might as well be. You know, it might as well be.
But that guy, you could tell his face was fake. He's like, what?
Yeah, it was.
How'd you get me?
Yeah.
Get out. This
Yeah.
is private property. Like, this guy's a
The push was a little bitch for someone who was about to lose everything. Like,
Yeah.
the camera work was pretty good, too.
It's just, he's just being silly.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of that, too. That's a problem. It's just like we live in a strange world, and no one investigated where all this money was going in the past. No one
You
investigated.
couldn't. How could you?
One of the things that Elon said to me, he said Medicaid fraud is the
Wild.
biggest amount of money that's fraudulent in this country. And he didn't want to even talk about it because he was worried that people would kill him. That's what he said on the podcast. He goes, I could go into this, but they'll kill me.
That's like someone saying they have something they didn't have to get the catastrophe insurance thing. Because like I had
There's a lot of that.
Yeah, like my dad had a stroke and you get like, it was stolen by a family member. The fraud is within my family, but
Really?
that you get like 20 grand, Medicaid Part B, I want to say. If you have like a stroke, it's called a catastrophic event. They'll just like give you like 20 grand or something.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like that? You like fake that or something and then get that money type of thing?
Oy.
Is that like what
So you have to
Medicaid?
fake a stroke? No, what it is well, here's the daycare thing. Like that's part of it. You know, and then there's a bunch of people that don't exist that are getting Medicaid money.
Right.
Yeah, and then there's autism diagnoses, right? So they self-diagnose as autism. They
Sure.
open up an autism center. They have a bunch of kids in the autism center. They get money for those kids. There's no autism. There's no kids. It's all fake.
Right.
There's also like there's these fake scams where there was one that they uncovered in Minnesota where they were supposedly feeding an exorbitant amount of children and there was no kids.
Sure.
No one was going there, but they were saying they were feeding like 5,000 people a day.
Sure.
They didn't even have the capacity to feed 5,000 people a day. There was no food coming in there. But you know,
The American
thing is,
dream,
the politicians were getting so much money from these people.
Right.
Just from the Somali community that owned daycare centers. The Minnesota politicians were getting $35 million last year.
Is Tim Walz to blame for that? I don't know.
Well, he just stepped down from his
Right.
reelection. That's not good. That's not good.
Do you know
When
how
you
many
were almost the vice president of the United States.
You know how many people came at me? People that I'm like thought I was friends with, like acquaintances, more maybe. But I now realize they were acquaintances. When I made fun of Tim Walz for going to China so many times, which let me not get this wrong. It's definitely more than 10 or something. That Tim Walz just like went to China to go, like, which is, you know, if you're gonna have gone to China that many times and then run to be the vice president, why would you hide it? Number one, why wouldn't you lead with it as like this is one of our enemies. I know the language. Like, why wouldn't you either lean into it, make it, I'm an expert on it, and this is one of our big issues. Like the fact that we all pretended that he wasn't going to China. First of all, on what salary are you going to China every year?
Was he a politician when he was doing
what's
this?
your miles program? No,
Well, I could see if you were a businessman.
he was a teacher.
He was a teacher.
He was going with kids. He was taking kids to
Okay.
China.
But I mean, doesn't that make sense though that you're taking kids on an international trip so they can learn about the world?
Only China.
Maybe that's his area of expertise.
Which
I'm
is
trying to like
But why not lead with it?
trying to steel man it.
I know, me too. I do the same. Where I'm like, why doesn't he open with? I've been to China 35 times. I took kids there so they could learn Mandarin because they're going to have to interface with China later during business. Like it was just like this thing where it's when someone else tries to hide something that I wouldn't have thought was untoward. I'm like, well, hold on. Now it's weird.
Right.
And why can't I ask a question about it? Whenever I would say, how many times did you go to China? Everyone's like, what? And I'm like,
Well, here's the crazy one. When all the Somali daycare center came out, he started blaming white men for all the crime.
sure.
What about white men? Well, he's white men with all the crime. He's trying that playbook.
He's like, what about
the
me?
woke playbook. Yeah.
What about me? I'm the criminal. I'm a white
That's
guy.
really what he's saying.
He's telling on himself right then and there.
What do you mean? He was basically trying to say that it's racist, but it's not. Facts aren't racist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's just clever. Just if they did it themselves. You know, if they did it themselves, if they were the ones that were perpetrating the fraud.
Sure.
The real problem is if they didn't do it themselves, who helped them fill out all those forms? Who helped them organize this? And is this a money laundering thing?
Sure.
And are they filtering this money into other people's accounts? Are they filtering into offshore accounts? Because supposedly, here's another one. Supposedly they were sending money like on a regular basis back to Somalia, and they were catching them at TSA in Minnesota.
Sure.
See if that's true, Jamie.
It's a lot. It's
Yeah.
a lot, you guys. I mean, it's you know, I guess also the other question is when all this is going on, I'm like, do I focus on this or like, are we going to war? Like, you know.
Well, you can only focus on so much.
I know.
'Cause that's the thing about the internet. If you want to get outraged, it's there to feed you.
Yeah, totally. And then
all day
then
long.
once you click on something, they're just going to keep feeding you more and more of that. And I'm sort of like, is this as big of a story as my algorithm is telling me it is? Because I remember, you know, and this is, I think, why it's like more important than ever to be on stage as much as possible to just corroborate like a premise to make sure that everyone even is aware of it, given our little echo chambers and stuff. But remember when Kamala Harris was like giving speeches that it kind of seemed like she was shit-faced. Like it sort of seemed like she was like slurring words or something. Those were, that would come. And I was like doing this joke about it before the election. That was like, like maybe this is what we need. Like what's scarier than a alcoholic woman with no kids? Like she can just be calling up like Putin in the middle of the night, like, hey, faggot. Like she's just, and I was doing it. It was doing well. Everyone got it. And then I was somewhere in like New York City, I think it was, and no one had seen that video. People were like, what are you talking? No one had any awareness of that. And it was kind of bone chilling. Because I'm like,
well, she's probably exhausted, right?
Of
Here's
course.
the other thing. You're running around, you're doing so much. You're campaigning, you're constantly doing. If you catch me and I'm really tired, I sound like I'm on pills.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fucking, And then you're probably a little casual about everything because you're doing something. You're repeating the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
You're going to these places. You're fucking completely exhausted, or you're coming off of whatever they put you on to get you up.
Yeah, adrenaline, and it's also, I think that there's this old way of doing things where you could say the same thing on every platform and no one would cut it all together and
That's it. Okay, here it is. I found it. Here, I'm gonna send this to you, Jamie, because this is apparently a legitimate source.
I'm looking up the main source they said they got it from. It said Homeland Security officials told a source called Just the News. So I'm just looking up.
Well, this is the TSA.
Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah, federal probe, hundreds of millions of dollars inspected Somali cash and leaving Minneapolis airport. It says that this is the source of this story. So I was just trying to
find out if it's a legit source.
What they were told. And
for sure, that money didn't just stay in the community. Especially if they didn't have the ability to organize this and develop this scam. Someone else helped them, and those people were getting money from it. So how were they getting the money? Were they getting the money in cash? Was it being sent and wired to offshore accounts? Like, how are they doing it?
And
it's clear that there's so much money missing. It's in the billions now. It's bigger than the entire GDP of Somalia, just from Minnesota, allegedly.
Wild.
The entire GDP of a country, one state's fraud is supposedly over the course of, X amount of days that they did this.
And is it true that the guy that uncovered it was kind of like some guy? Like it was
this
like
Nick Shirley kid?
Yeah, this like internet
young kid, yeah.
Good for him.
But I mean, there's the other question. Like, did someone direct him towards this? Is this like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this like, did the Republicans set this up to try to expose it?
Yeah.
Is it him just being an independent journalist?
It's
He
such a
seems
good
like a
question.
very smart kid. I've seen him. He was on Patrick Bet-David's show.
Yeah.
He's a virgin.
Why do we know that?
Because he's
Talks
religious.
about it?
He talked
Sure.
about it. He said
Okay.
he was a virgin. He said they can't get him on anything. You can't get me on sexual assault. I'm a virgin. You can't get me on anything.
We can get you on being a virgin.
Here's
you
the
weirdo.
article. Transportation Security Administration flagged nearly $700 million in cash detected in passengers' luggage leaving the Minneapolis airport in the last 2 years. That's crazy.
That's probably it. Yeah.
That's crazy. A massive cash exodus believed to be tied to the Somali immigrants and their money couriers. Homeland Security officials told Just the News. So who's the Homeland Security official, though? You know what I
I
mean?
was reading through it. That first statement doesn't say like all flat. Sorry, let me start this over. Some of these were $1 million, and it says that they were legally declared every time they did it.
Right, but you could legally declare it if it was cleared by whoever the fuck is involved in this fraud, right? So if you're donating $35 million just last year in 2025 to Democratic politicians from these Somali daycares, which I believe is true.
That's I was trying to look that up and couldn't find out. That
Bundles
was true.
of cash and luggage, some as much as $1 million in a single trip, raised suspicions. Yeah,
This is the part I don't. That does. I was like taking each statement as it doesn't say that those were each like that particular one was a Somali person. That could have been someone going to Vegas. Could have been someone going to buy a house. I don't know. Like I'm saying, all 335 million.
Nobody
doesn't
buys
say-
a house with $1 million in cash.
I'm not
Jamie.
saying they
That's
did.
silly.
I'm just saying, but it could have been anybody. It could have
Could
been
have been buying a Bugatti. It
Could have been a poker player going to a World Series of Poker. You know,
Dan Cook's brother.
Yep.
I'm just sort of saying to be the I don't know.
Tony Hinchcliffe going to
I
the
don't know
cowboy
that
boot
that's-
store.
it's conflating a bunch of stuff together. It could
Right.
have been
But
every
what is
single.
justthenews.com? Is that a
That's what I was trying to get
legitimate
into, and
organization?
I pulled it up.
Is that a far-right organization? Let's look at their side articles, and we'll get a view of what their perspective is.
Is that what you do? Look
Make
at the
that a little
trending
larger.
ones?
Make that a little larger, and let's see what Trump orders government to buy $200 billion in mortgage bonds to lower rates. That's pro-right wing. CDC misled the public with study implying COVID vaccines save healthy kids. UCLA expert warns, also right wing. U.S. seizes another sanctioned oil tanker in the Caribbean. Sanctioned oil tanker, not just oil tanker. They were sanctioned, right wing. Maduro's ouster leaves China holding the bag on oil investments, right wing. Right?
Also, what's an UCLA expert? You mean
What's
doctor?
the top one? Comrade, no. Larger. Comrade Singham to face House subpoena as his CCP-tied network reveals or leads rather renewed anti-ICE protests. So it seems like this is a very right-wing. This Just the News seems like at least see Just the News, no noise.
Yeah, House
saw
fails to override Trump
This
veto.
statement
It's
where
like
it just said Minnesota travelers alone. I was like, well, that could be anybody from Minnesota then.
Minneapolis travelers alone had $342.37 million in their luggage in 2024. That's a lot of money. Okay, let's find this out. So Minnesota travelers alone had $342.37 million in their luggage in 2024. So let's put into perplexity, how much money did California travelers have in their luggage in 2024?
how many Bitcoin did California travelers have in their assholes?
California travelers have in their luggage in 2024
But who puts that
at the TSA.
But
at TSA.
does anyone ever measure your money when you go through or count it?
No.
You're supposed to declare, I think, if you have more than 10 grand.
But we lie.
Right.
Everyone lies.
I know. But
That's
what,
true.
That's what they said. These were all,
But
they
if
were
I went
flagged
through with
correctly, I
with
guess.
$1,000, they never would know, or is it?
So the amount cannot be determined from available data. TSA and regulated agencies track only limited categories such as unclaimed money at checkpoints or certain cash seizures. And these figures are nationwide rather than specific to California travelers or all money carried in their luggage. Okay. So how do they know that about Minnesota?
That's
then?
right.
It's coming from one source, and that's why I was like, why did they only
Right.
tell one source? Why wouldn't they have told all it? Like, why wouldn't they call Fox? Why wouldn't they call
Right.
CNN? Why wouldn't they tell
Also,
everybody?
it's this one very right-leaning website, right? It appears right-leaning.
How do they ascertain cash someone's carrying through a? I mean,
The
with
Tennessee
Well,
Star
they were-
has it as well.
They were just reporting the same article.
From Just the News. Right. So that's another way that you can distribute propaganda. You have one source, and then you send that source out, and a bunch of other people repeat it and said, as reported by this one website, and that one website might be bullshit.
I also like to look at the ads that are on the surrounding
Bullets.
the article. Exactly. If it's like gun safe, I'm like, this is right wing. If it's like tampons for men, I'm like, I think this is a left wing one. Okay, got it. That always kind
Yeah.
of helps. That's wild. I have a family member who works in like kind of banking, and I'm like, what's up with this oil? What's up with the China buying up all the silver? What are we doing? Did you see the Doomsday plane?
What's the Doomsday Plane?
The Doomsday plane that, I mean, could just be a psyop, but it's the Doomsday plane. I think it went to California, the one that is in case of a nuclear event. It can hold, stay in the sky for a couple days and
What?
self-refuel. Oh, dude,
What?
it's made my nipples hard just looking at it. It's
What?
gorgeous. Jamie,
Doomsday Plane?
Jamie, can you pull up this Doomsday plane so people listening don't think I'm Roseanne? Okay.
Trump's Doomsday E-4B plane sighted in Washington and Los Angeles
But
days after Maduro captured.
But get that pretty picture up of it. I mean, that it looks just,
That's a terrible picture.
Yeah, that just
How is
looks
that
like
the only
a-
picture?
yeah, that looks
Well,
like
that's them citing it. But go back to the art. Well, it's okay.
Look at this thing.
That's the Doomsday
I don't know
plane?
if it's that. Isn't that the
They're all
top one
different.
with the blue stripe?
Wait a minute. They're all different.
This is when they're selling it from Northrop Grumman, so anybody can buy it, and then you get it on America's logos on it. and
Right,
stuff.
but it's also different in the way it's built. Look at the top of it. Is that the escape pod at the very top where they pop off and go to
Similar.
Mars?
It's similar.
Inside the Doomsday plane. Okay, so go back to the article. Like, what is we'll put it into perplexity. What is the capacity of the United States Doomsday E-4B plane? Like, what does it do?
It can like stay in the air for a couple days. It can refuel itself.
What is the capacity of the Doomsday plane the United States has?
It's chock full of cocaine, ketamine,
Elon made sure it's got
mushrooms.
ketamine on it.
Yeah.
Okay, and accommodate a little over 100 people with typical published figures ranging from about 108 mission crew up to roughly 111 to 112 total passengers, total personnel, including flight crew and staff, and official media descriptions, usually summarized as seating for around 110 people. What can it do? Okay, endurance. Look at that. What's the maximum endurance? Click on that.
No, this thing is like a beast.
Okay.
Only gonna give us one answer at a time.
Can stay aloft for 150 hours.
Oh, that's it?
That's not much. With sources describing capabilities from roughly 72 hours up to about a week in sustained operations. So it can fly for a week. That's crazy.
Because it can self-fuel. It can fuel
keep it
in
up,
the
please.
air.
Keep it up, please. And then how long can it stay with aerial refueling? This is what I think you were getting at.
Yeah.
It can theoretically remain airborne for several days, limited mainly by crew fatigue and maintenance needs rather than fuel. Multiple sources describe realistic endurance of roughly 3 to 7 days of continuous flight under sustained operations when supported by tankers and rotation of crew. So here's the thing. If it is a doomsday scenario and you're up in the air for 5 days, that just means you're going to die in 5 days.
That's right.
What's the...
Or do you just pull this out as a message to everybody, because you would only need this if there was a nuclear event, right? So it's the idea to just go like, hey, what just happened in, Venezuela, just so you guys know we're flying this thing around,
I guess.
When's the last time it flew? When's the last time it made a cameo? Also, I know we were texting about the Delta extraction, and I would never want to... watching the video of the Delta extraction, how they of Maduro, they built like a replica of the building and were blindfolded, like going through it, practicing it and stuff. But it I was talking to your guy when we were coming over. It could have been pre-negotiated, right? There is a chance that could have been pre-negotiated.
They killed 80 of his
okay, never mind.
team. I don't think it was negotiated.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Here's one funny one.
But it is weird that his wife was there. I guess that was like a thing a couple people flagged.
What, that they kidnapped her?
Just that she was there and involved, yeah.
Well, she's his wife.
Yeah.
One of the funny ones was somebody posted on Twitter a photograph of this woman and her children, and the journalist said, this woman and her children, her husband and their father was killed in the U.S. raid in Venezuela. And then everybody was like, right. What was he there for? What was he doing there?
Right.
Was he a fucking mercenary? Like, what was he doing? He was Cuban, apparently, because there was a lot of Cuban defense that they used, that Maduro used for whatever reason. I guess communists love each other.
Yeah.
They hang out with each other, other dictators, like, hey, let me borrow some of you guys.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the
Like-minded.
guy might have been a mercenary. There was certainly mercenaries working for him. I mean, he had 80 people died that were there protecting him. They just fucking stormed in. They didn't lose a single U.S. service member.
Why? So sick.
Crazy.
Just like flawless.
Other dictators got to be like, fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't know. they
is
could do
that why Iran? Was that why Iran was like, now's the time, like to?
Oh, well, the people are cracking down.
Yeah.
The people are out in the streets now, but now apparently the Islamic regime is assassinating people that are protesting.
Of course. And your boy, this is where Elon really shines. Like, with bringing Starlink over to a country that has cut off Wi-Fi.
Right.
Right?
Because that's what they do. They cut off Wi-Fi so these people can't organize.
I think it's also been cut off for them. I mean, I think they've had a limited version of it for so long. Anyway.
Well, they definitely kill people who protest. They killed a gold medalist in the Olympics. They killed a guy who was a wrestler, gold medalist, because the UFC tried to get involved and keep this guy from being assassinated. They killed him.
You've seen like
Or
pictures
executed, I should
and
say.
like video of Iran in like the 70s and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did that because they wanted to nationalize their oil. We were like, nah, playa.
Nah. Oh, hell nah,
Yeah.
brah.
Yeah, they had a democratic society. It is entirely because of the intelligence agencies. We went over there, and you could find the story.
Yeah.
So I don't butcher it. But essentially, the Shah was like, "Hey, why is the British Petroleum Company or whatever it was? Why are they making all the money? We'll nationalize our oil." And he was gone within days. And they put in the Islamic regime, and it has been a religious state ever since then. I mean, that's our doing, or the British Oil Company and us, multiple different people. And essentially it was all just about his oil, or the country's oil, rather.
But Maduro, like, he was going to be torn limb to limb at some point, right?
Well, he had a bounty on him by the Biden administration. This is one thing that people need to understand. It wasn't just the Trump administration.
The Hunter Biden? That's who to send in.
Yeah, he had his own administration. He's smoking crack. Kill him! He's ruining my crack. No, the Biden administration had a bounty on Maduro. They had, I believe it was 20 million or 22 million, trying to get people off that guy. So it wasn't like we're the only ones that think he was a bad guy. They were trying to use money to get people to kill that guy.
And besides the oil of it all, like, were they going to allow China and Russia to use it, like, to put missiles there?
China was there negotiating with Maduro the day the U.S. came and kidnapped him.
Bad move, homie.
They came in that day and were having meetings with Maduro, and that night they snatched him out of his bed.
You think to get oil or to put nuclear
100%
sites?
to get oil.
Yeah.
They want that oil.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that oil.
It's so funny, like, when having a kid, the way that it changes you, but like the things you focus on, the things you're obsessed with that keep you up at night. Like, before I had a kid, it was like, is he going to text me back? Now I'm like obsessed with like finite resources. I'm like, where's all the helium? Like, we're running out of helium. Like, where's the
What's helium for besides balloons?
Hilarious. Yeah, I won't be able to have a birthday party for my son. It's what are clowns going to do? No, it's for ventilators, although I think we found the ventilators actually
in COVID, they
harmed
killed
people.
Yeah.
But I think it's like ventilators and medical stuff. Like, helium is finite. Like, there's only a certain amount, and we kind of just use it for like the Macy's Day Parade for like floats and shit. But I think that there is actually a lot of helium in Texas, maybe Oklahoma, and then Qatar is like the other place that we have it. But we have a limited supply of helium.
I never even thought about helium before. Except the comedy clubs.
Don't get me started on
Shout out to Philly.
Helium.
Great fucking
Philly,
club.
Awesome club. Also, sand. I think.
Jamie, what's the story behind Iran and the nationalization of their oil?
Well, that's a longer story. That
Right.
goes back to the 50s and 70s.
Right. But when we did it, because we definitely were involved, the U.S. was involved in overthrowing the legitimate government of Iran.
Oh yeah.
Putting the Ayatollah in. And then they ruined the entire country because Iranian women are fucking hot. They're beautiful
and smart as shit. I truly my OB who like saved me and my son's life during childbirth, like, just Iranian bitches do not play around.
They make great wrestlers too. United States initially tried to mediate between Britain and Iran during the 1951 nationalization crisis, but then moved to help overturn Iran's elected government to reverse the consequences of the nationalization. It's all about oil. 1953, U.S. officials helped organize the coup that removed Prime Minister Mohammed, how do you say that word? Mossadegh? I don't know how to say that word.
I'm going to leave you out on a cliff on this one.
Whose rise had been closely tied to the nationalization of Iranian oil. In March 1951, Iran's parliament voted to nationalize the assets of British-owned Anglo-Iranian Oil Company, responding to long-standing grievances over low royalties and foreign control. That's it. Nationalist leader became prime minister soon after and made implementation of nationalization central to his program. So under President Truman, the U.S. generally opposed the idea of full nationalization in principle, but did not want Iran pushed to the collapse or move toward the Soviet Union. Washington sent envoys such as, so they wanted to keep it away from the Soviet Union, so they turned it into his Islamic regime.
Sure.
George McGee and W. Averill Harriman to seek a compromise that would preserve Western access to oil while accepting some changes to the existing concession. Okay. Coup and reversal in 53 under President Eisenhower, U.S. Central Intelligence Agency working with Britain's MI6, carried out Operation Ajax, covert operation to overthrow whatever you say his name is, Mossadegh. And strengthen the Shah's rule. The coup removed the government most associated with oil nationalization and paved the way in 1954 for an international oil consortium in which 5 major U.S. oil companies, along with British and other firms, gained significant stakes in Iranian oil ending exclusive British control. That's it. We
So
did it.
fascinated by.
We ruined it.
There was this TV show on I think National Geographic, I want to say, called A Little Light or A Small Light, that was about like what was going on with in the Holocaust. Like it was slow. It wasn't just like one day they just got it was like they slowly started seizing art, and then not letting them get jobs. Like how these gradual things happen. Like to go from the 70s of like the women out in bathing suits to like there's women that that had enjoyed the freedom and then all of a sudden had to, like, it's just so fascinating that like how gradual it is.
Oh yeah.
And how you get desensitized, how you make.
It's a frog in boiling water.
That's it.
Yeah. They don't realize they're boiling until it's too late.
Or you do know what's happening. And
that's what's happening right now in New York City.
But he said he would stop the carriage horses, so I'm all for it.
I'm kind of down with that.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's fucked up.
That's disgusting.
Those horses do not need to be wandering around New York City sniffing fucking brake dust.
It's disgusting.
Carrying assholes around.
It's disgusting. I mean, it's you know me and my like horse thing, but it's so disgusting, and the amount. It's like nobody knows how many elephants kill their trainers a year, and how many all kinds of. We saw the orca kill the trainer, but stuff like that happens so often, and they just cover it up. But the amount of carriage horses, a couple of them got out, and we've seen them get out, and we've seen them collapse, and all this horrific stuff, and something else is going on with it, which is, and look, I'm the first person to say like. New York was really safe when the mafia was, kind of like there's that documentary about how they would sort of protect people in the subways and sort of would fill in where the government couldn't. But there's something going on with the horse carriage business. A horse got out who was 29 years old. Archie was his name. 29.
Old for a horse.
Yeah. It only had a couple more years. And I tried to negotiate with them, got a bunch of friends that have like FU money, and basically said, you're going to get $38,000 cash. This is a horse that's pretty much done.
Right.
Cash. We'll take the horse in the middle of the night. No social media, nothing. And they said no. The amount of money they're making is so insane. And it's
from
mostly
horse-drawn carriages?
It's mostly tourists, honestly.
They make that much money from horse-drawn carriages?
Tons. From other countries of people that have different ideas of animal respect towards animals than we do.
Oh, so it's mostly foreigners riding in the horse-drawn carriage?
I don't think
I've seen a lot of white people in those.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
Polish people can be white.
Silly,
Russian, white,
goofy fucks.
Yeah, then maybe that. Yeah, fair.
Oh, we're in a horse. It's so romantic. We're out in the air and
Dude.
clop, 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 clop.
It'd be so much sicker. I pitched them like do robot horses, like sick dinosaurs. Do like a dinosaur trolley ride or something around the city. That'd be so much.
Jamie, I sent you that thing about the lady that's now in charge of housing in New York. This is wild. This one's what she wants to kill real estate value. That's her idea. Like she wants to literally to make housing more affordable. She wants to kill real estate value.
It's an inelastic good. You can't.
Well, it's moronic thinking.
Oh, this woman.
Listen to this lady. Listen to this.
And she has like $1 million house?
Her mom does.
Oh.
Well, of course.
Which the housing is owned by a collective and people are paying 30% of their income in order to live in their housing. If your income is zero, you pay zero. If your income is $500,000 a year, you're paying 30% of that. And the government is providing the government is the sort of owner, or not even the owner. The government doesn't have to be the owner, but the government is what's making sure all of that sort of works in cash flows.
The debt to GDP ratio right now is the highest since World War II. So how can the federal government also afford to start subsidizing rental housing costs?
The federal government prints money. The federal government can provide money for those.
So it's by printing money?
Sure.
That's her idea. Print money. The federal government print money to provide housing, jack up interest rates, jack up the fucking debt, print money to provide housing, and everyone pays 30% for housing.
First of all, why are you talking to me in a hoodie? What mental illness is that? Like, how dare you? First of all, you look like powder. You look like, first of all, get a blowout, throw some mascara. Like, are we professionals anymore? You're in a Costco hoodie and a t-shirt. Like, what are we doing?
Well, they've confronted her about these ideas, and she breaks down crying.
But she didn't even know what she's saying. She was like, well, sort of. She was
kind of. We won't own it.
Her training was UCB. Like, she's just improvising an idea. No, the government does that. She's not even making eye contact. Like, damn.
Well, a lot of these wokies, they come from rich families. They feel bad about being privileged.
Yeah.
And one specifically thing she said that was going to really impact white people.
What is fascinating about that is that because I think she believes she's coming from the moral high ground, I think this is what's really sort of, it is someone who I feel like is similar to you. And then I'm like, I was as liberal. I had blue hair, you guys. Like
I remember when you had blue hair.
I rescue pit bulls. Like, it doesn't get any more liberal than me. Like, it doesn't get any more. But the whole idea with being liberal is like, you had me at, we're not racist. Everyone's equal. But diversity. But then it turns into diversity.
Communism.
Diversity, but not diversity of thought.
Right.
The hypocrisy of it got, and I think that as comics, we're people who, I may not be an expert in politics, but I'm an expert on hypocrisy. When you grow up around alcoholics who say, I love you, and then their behavior's incongruous, you look for patterns of hypocrisy. That's just what we're wired to do. So it just started to just be like, hold on, we don't believe in gender, but we need a female president. You're like, huh? And then it's like, my body, my choice. Unless it's a baby that needs a vaccine for hepatitis B, which comes from butt sex. Like, what do you, right?
And sharing needles.
And then, we believe in climate change and sea is rising, but we live on the coast. Like, would you buy a house on the beach if you truly believed that the seas, we believe in recycling, but why can't you give Andrew Yang another shot? Like, why won't you where did Beto go? Remember Beto O'Rourke?
Oh, that guy was a mess.
But any more so than any?
Yeah, he's a mess.
How, like, worse than?
No, I mean, they're all a mess. Like, when you have these blanket progressive ideas, you've attached yourself to an ideology, and that ideology you'll defend because it's your identity. It's you. It's who you are. But
didn't he at least seemed, I didn't know that much about what. From what I knew, he made a joke about his wife taking care of the kids, and the left was like, "You're sexist and hate women." It was like this. But what I saw with her was this idea of, I'm so moral that I don't even have to make a good argument, and the left stopped making an argument or even outlining what they're just. Well, no, I'm moral and I'm better than you, and I don't have to even make an argument. It's
I don't know when she gave that interview. So let's suppose she gave that interview a long time ago before she had this job, and she was just saying, this is what ideally I would like. And then she gets the job, right? And now what is her official job?
It was 2021 was the interview. And
there you
she's
go.
Been, the Office to Protect Tenants.
So was she working for that office back then?
No. She would have been, I think, on Mondami's. I don't even know if he was running. He wouldn't have been running back in 2021, would he? Right?
Well, she definitely was doing podcasts with him back then.
Yeah,
well, she definitely just got out of Soul Cycle in this video.
But I don't know what her actual position was back at the time. She might have just been on his campaign.
Okay, so this was Reason, and they were having this conversation with her.
Yeah.
And so to lead the city's office to protect tenants. Look, there's definitely slumlords. You should definitely protect tenants. There's definitely shitty owners and landlords that
She's
are
basically
assholes.
saying government housing.
Yeah, but what she's saying is crazy. Like taking 30% of whatever you make. That's nuts. So if you make $1 billion a year, if you're Elon Musk or whoever it is, you have to pay 30%.
Yeah,
that's bananas.
The thing about New York, and maybe this is, and I don't even know what's, side anything an idea makes anybody on anymore. Sometimes I'll say something and people will be like, oh, so you're like alt left, and I'm like, I don't know, I just thought that was a good idea. Or then people will be like, oh, so you're like super conservative. I'm like, no,
adopt, don't shop.
Yeah, you got it. And
or
so
shop, don't adopt.
And so New York is expensive. That's the deal. If you don't have, you can't. I remember one time going to Howard Stern's house, and Howard Stern he's got more money than the guy, and it was like still he was able to buy 2 floors but it's still like an apartment. You know what I mean? It's like New York. This is whatever $100 million, whatever it gets you in New York. Like,
I know it's nuts.
Still not that big. like
I know.
My horse's stable. Yeah, my horse's stable is like twice the size of this.
But if you want to live in the city for convenience, that's what it costs.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and if you're Jeffrey Epstein, somebody donates you a house.
That's right.
Lex
or an
Wexner.
office on the Harvard campus.
Yeah.
I love it when people that like, are professors at Harvard, or like I was professor at Harvard, like, well, so Epstein had an office too, but like, okay, I feel like it's just like New York's supposed to be expensive. That's the deal, you know? And, you know, I had a place there for like a year. I remember I was in like Chelsea area. And because I just want to go back and forth, I was like, there's something about New York that does really put a fire under your ass. Like I remember, you know, actually it was Dice back in the day. I used to just ask comics, like, you know, because you're a nobody and you're just starting and you're in the hallway with a legend. Like, what do you say? You know, and I would always just go like, if you have any advice, happy to hear it. You know, some people love giving advice. Other people, I wasn't like going up to Bill Burr, like, help me. Like, I could read the vibe. And he said, sleep, like, get as much sleep as you can. And then he was like, when you make it, make sure you don't get too comfortable. Because like as comics, we still need to kind of, and I think that for a long time, I think I took bad advice that maybe I had just gleaned. I don't remember anyone giving it to me of like, you have to be crazy to be funny, or your life has to be a mess to be funny. I think a lot of comics hold on to that. If I ever get happy or have a kid or am in a healthy relationship, I won't be as funny. I don't think that's true. I actually think it freed up bandwidth, like getting out of whack.
It doesn't have to be true, but it can be true.
Can be. That's right.
Well, comfort can make people fat too. They can get lazy.
But also it's like, if you're not, you know, that's why I go to the grocery store. I got, you know, not that I, you know, wouldn't, but like you got to make sure that you're still in the trenches and that you don't make your life so easy that, you know.
You're not disassociated. You're not disconnected from the outside world.
That's right. And just atrophied, like, and less resilient and, you know, you know, so what am I talking about? This is where mom brain does come in.
You were talking about New York City?
New York City. So I'm in New York City and I just wanted to write new stuff. It was like things were going well. I had bought a house and I was like, you know, New York you're just a little more of a dogfight. And I wanted to go to the Cellar and, you know, the Stand and all these places. And I'm in this apartment. It's probably...
What year is this?
8, right before the pandemic.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got an apartment in New York before the pandemic?
For like I was already out of it probably 6 months before.
So were you going back and forth?
I had it for a year. I was going back and forth. Because I also was like touring so much that I would go, okay, if I'm going to be in, you know, Florida at the end of, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I should just go to New York because then I'm going to North Carolina that Thursday anyway. Like I was just like doing clubs to work on the new hour.
Right.
Like I might
and
as
you're
well...
single, so it's easy. You didn't have a kid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And let me just stay on the East Coast, right? And let me just like do a software update. It's like Ari made me go on a hike with him once and he's like, you need to go to Somalia for a year with no phone. I was like, how about I get a place in New York?
Ari's ridiculous. His ideas are so ridiculous.
I'll go to Little Italy. How about that?
Go to Tibet.
Yeah, totally.
Should live in a yurt in Mongolia.
And I remember like every time I would turn on the bathtub, the effluvium from the toilet would come through the bathtub. It was like some wild dude. And then there was also a elevator in the building that people could get off on your floor. So half the time I'd be sleeping and like a bunch of dudes would just like get off, you know. And I had this plumber come and I was like, oh, can you help with the gutter going into the bath? The one thing that's relaxing is a bath. And then I'm just like in sewage. And he was like, it's New York. And I was like, no, but like, can you fix it? He's like, nah. Like his job is just going around to people and reminding them they live in New York. And this is the deal. Like,
there's no way to stop the fucking sewer water from
he's like, I could snake it, but like, that's not, it's just, this is part of why like Trump won, like infrastructure, you know, there's pipes explode all the time because they're just hitting their limit of being, you know, 100, whatever years old. Like, but New York is the place you go when you kind of, you know, want to be in a dogfight on a daily basis. You're going to be spending more. Every time you sit down, it's $100. You know, it's even if you get affordable housing in New York, like a bottle of water, food, like everything's expensive there.
Right.
You know,
because it has to be brought in.
It's emotionally expensive. It's literally expensive, figuratively expensive. Like it's, you know,
this lady's going to reduce all that. She's going to make everything valueless.
But why would you want to take the value? Yeah, I mean, there's things that are artificial value, like art and stuff like that. But land is
what's probably going to do is it's probably going to lead to some sort of a Republican government there. There's probably going to be a lot of backlash. People are probably going to organize. They're probably going to realize that you can't have communism. and it'll swing the other way.
Because everyone's kind of leaving, right? All the people with money are leaving New York.
A lot of people are leaving New York.
So they're saying like,
fucking Robert De Niro was talking about it.
Whoa, he's
because
like the king of New York.
Tax his savings. Find out if that's accurate.
But also,
that might have been a fake quote.
They need to use everybody's tax dollars to pay for all this, but all the taxpayers are leaving that are big money.
Exactly. But if they're taxing everybody, the thing is, it's like you can't just tax your way out of problems because we know that money goes, and it's grossly inefficient what they do with it. The government is not good at using your money. They've never been good. There's not like one example of the government doing an amazing job with your money. Originated as satire. There it is. It's fake.
I mean, he owns like hotels there. He does like the film festival there and everything,
De
right?
Niro?
He's like, yeah.
Oh, he loves it there.
He's
yeah.
like the guy
People stand outside his house and yell at him.
in New York.
Crazy Trump people.
I mean,
they know where he lives, so they stand outside his house and yell at him. Fuck you, Bobby.
Good for everyone.
Trump won, Bobby. You fucking loser. That's the crazy thing about living in New York. Someone can just walk right up to your door. If you have one of those walk-ups, knock. It's the sidewalk is in front of your house. That's where De Niro lives.
So
let's go knock. Didn't some crazy person break into his house recently?
An ex-wife?
Like a lady.
Oh.
I think like some crazy lady stalker broke
sounds
into his
about right.
house when he wasn't there.
Lady stalkers can really get far. Because no one thinks that they're... I don't want to talk about one too much, but there's one in my life who can just
Serial burglar accused of breaking into Robert De Niro's New York City townhouse went on new crime spree after release on bail.
Did they know it was Robert De Niro's house?
2023. Yeah. Who is this person?
How did they know he lived
Serial
there?
burglar Shanice Aviles was allegedly caught red-handed trying to steal Oscar-winning actor's Christmas presents. Whoa. She's the Grinch. She was released from Rikers on May 3rd. Since then, she's been charged with at least 2 more thefts, including one in which she allegedly snuck into a Columbia University building and slugged a security guard. She's a villain.
I love like a Christmas present marauder.
Well, she was charged with stealing $416 worth of merchandise from a TJ Maxx on 6th Avenue.
You can get a lot for that amount.
Yeah.
The TJ Maxx. That's like most of the store.
She was busted again. Let me see her face. See if I can see crazy. Yep, crazy.
Okay.
Look at her eyebrows.
Are those shaved
Look
on
at her
purpose?
face.
Oh,
yeah,
babe.
you got me.
Oh, damn.
Whatever.
Oh, damn.
Whatever. Poor Robert.
I mean, like, like if you're stealing Robert De Niro's Christmas presents, like, what's she gonna do with an Aura ring?
Look at that. It's good. Security guard patrolling the building around 6:30 p.m. spotted tools sitting near an open window that should have been locked shut. Then found Aviles inside the building.
So she used tools
filling up her bag with various items, according to a criminal complaint. Yeah, she used tools, broke into the house. Bro, get a fucking dog. Get a Belgian Malinois.
Oh, dude.
Get a meat missile.
People not having dogs, like, what are you doing, man? I don't know how to convince people. I mean, yeah, I never have problems like that. I leave all my doors unlocked.
Well, I wouldn't do that.
I'm like, I wish a motherfucker would.
Whoa.
I mean, I have large dogs.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
You can shoot your dogs pretty easy.
And then, so your new dog was Marshall, like, instantly, like...
Loved him.
Oh, of course.
Oh, they're buddies. They're best friends. So the new dog's also like a little anti-wolf. They've taken wolves and turned them into these cute, cuddly things you can carry around with you.
When I look at that to me is like... I feel like humans were kind of like, this is never going to change. But things do change fast sometimes. Like, you know, like smoking. I remember when I first moved to LA, people were smoking inside. And then I remember people going outside to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just, in our lifetime, we watched like a huge change. Like
they banned smoking in bars.
Yeah, huge cataclysmic changes like can happen, you know?
But that's just because the people that were working in the bars were getting fucking cancer. So if the thing is like, I want to be able to smoke in a bar, that's great. But what about the poor waitress?
That's right, the secondhand, right?
This lady who just wants to make a living and doesn't even smoke, now she has lung cancer. That's crazy. So that's a liability for the organization, for the city.
Totally.
It's bad for everybody.
Yeah, pregnant women can't come drink at the bar.
Right, go outside.
But
you can't drink if you're a pregnant
I
woman
know,
anyway.
I'm kidding.
Crazy.
What? Now you tell. Damn it, Joe. But also,
you can get a Hep B shot.
I'm obsessed with the things that are so dangerous that used to just like be places like in shoe stores. They used to have little X-ray machines, and a lot
shoe stores.
Yep, and people started getting foot cancer that worked there because all day they just put their foot in the X-ray machine.
What?
Because that's how they used to I remember because there was a shoe store where my mom lived, and it had like an old antique one, like
an old antique
one.
X-ray
It was
machine?
a little X-ray machine.
That's crazy.
And if you're working there and you're bored and you're just sticking your foot in it all day,
that's nuts.
Insane.
I never knew that.
That's how they would take your foot size.
Isn't it nuts how like new technology, they have no idea it's killing people?
No clue.
Do you know about the radium girls?
Love it already.
Oh, this is a horrible story. So when you have a watch like like a Rolex, and it's at night, you could see its lume. So during the daytime, it charges up with the light, and at night, you can see the indicators. They light up. They glow in the dark. The reason they glow in the dark is because they're fucking radioactive.
Yeah.
So they paint, not now, I don't think, but they paint them. And so these girls were touching the tips of this fucking paintbrush when they were painting lume on these dials, and they were all getting horrific cancer, where they were getting holes in their face. See if you can find some of the images.
Oh, bummer.
That's not.
Well, there's some images of irradium sickness.
Are these just your porn searches, Jamie? We're looking for the
Look at
uranium
this
girls.
lady.
Those are the radium girls. That's why I looked.
Bummer.
That's what all this is.
Radium Girls is like, I think there's a documentary. Yeah, there's a movie from 2020.
Oh, yeah, because that's Joey.
The Dark Story of America's Shining Women. Oh.
Well, it's like all kinds of stuff like this. Like Christopher Reeve's wife got lung cancer from his machine.
Oh, God.
I know.
Really?
Yeah, that kind of stuff kills me. I
Oh, my God.
I always think about nail girls, the girls that are in there doing acrylic nails. I'm like,
Oh,
what is-
yeah.
you're just inhaling this all day.
I know, and they wear like a fucking mask, like a surgeon's mask. Like,
That's
hey,
just so they can talk shit about us. But yeah.
But
it's
that
like-
surgeon's mask is not going to help you from the fucking fumes.
Yeah.
People that work around toxic chemicals, I was reading this thing about women that clean, that women that work with cleaning solvents all day, they get lung cancer, and it's like they're smoking 3 packs a day.
Totally. Like the woman that's been with me, she's like my family, who helps me maintain my house. It's all, we make it. It's all clean, like not ammonia
Organic
and stuff.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like vinegar and
Well, you should just have that in your house
tea tree
anyway.
and stuff,
I mean, even if it's not you cleaning, you don't want that shit in your fucking house, period.
yeah, but then like as women, then we like spray our hair and put a bunch of makeup on,
Yeah.
No, we're all high at all times, just chock full of chemicals. Like it's so wild. You think about the amount of endocrine disruptors we put on a daily basis. But
Pumping botulism into your face to keep it from moving.
you know what? I don't do it anymore.
Congratulations on your eyebrows.
It
Your forehead moves. Your eyebrows have been freed.
really is. My hairline went back. Well,
Well, you said you've been doing the red light. Red light is the key.
Yep.
Like red light, it brings collagen to your skin. It gives your skin a more youthful appearance. It like helps your entire body heal better. It helps your mitochondria. But we were talking about this before the podcast. For both of us, it's improved our vision.
That's right.
It really has. Like my vision was on a downward, like very steady. Like I have these things here, these reading glasses. I don't use those at all anymore.
Yeah.
I can completely read my phone now with no reading glasses. And before, it was a blurry mess.
Also, by the way, everyone I know with kids, like and I'll be exaggerating a little bit, but their kids are getting glasses so young and having eye stuff so young.
They're
and I'm
staring at screens all the time. You know, one of the things that you're supposed to do is if you're staring at something like really close to your face all the time, you should take breaks and look at things that are far away. Because otherwise, I guess your cornea reshapes and like your eyes literally become more accustomed to trying to look at things closer. It just fucks your eyes up.
Right.
And then the light from the screen, that can't be good.
I know. I try to do the blue light glasses as like much as I can. The amount of glasses and lights I have like in my house right now, it looks like a fucking chemistry studio. But yes, I do red light on my skin. And because I was like, look, the Botox thing is like TV executive ages ago when I was truly like in my 20s. The way they sell you on Botox is they say it's preventative. And you go, oh yeah, okay.
In your 20s,
I was like 27. I was like making a TV show, a couple TV shows, and they were like, well, she looks tired. I'm like, yeah, because I'm tired. Because you keep sending me notes at 2 a.m. to take out all the good jokes. Like, of course I'm tired. And so, they say to do it so that you don't get wrinkles later. And then you're like, okay, well, now I'm 35. Like, why am I still getting it? Like, shouldn't I enjoy the prevention now? Like, it just sort of becomes a do this forever. And I was like, I don't even know who I'm doing this for at this point. I just, was like, I guess,
especially
like,
if you just want to be a comic and you don't want to be cast in TV roles anymore.
yeah,
or
but also
movie roles.
even in TV roles, you can't act if you don't have expression on your face. That's the whole thing. You know, we've all seen actors where we're like, you just see one teardrop go down.
Hey, yo, I'm right here.
Yeah. You know, Brotox, the rise of Brotox.
Brotox is weird. I shouldn't, but I do. I judge men very badly when I think they have Botox. When I see a man's face doesn't move, I'm like, I am not listening to anything coming out of your mouth.
Especially when it's hot on a guy. Why not enjoy the benefit of age looking good on a man?
Yeah, because a certain amount of age, they're like, oh my God, I'm so old. When you get to like that Stallone age, like he was at the White House receiving some fucking award. You know, there's a bunch of guys that went to the White House and got awards. Did you ever see that?
Sorry. Awards are so silly. Yeah.
You stand there and they put it around your neck. You're like, yep, I deserve this. But there's Stallone is there, and it looks so crazy. Like he used to be my canary in a coal mine because I'm like, wow, you could be 70 and be jacked.
Yeah.
Like, this is awesome, you know? Because like he kept it together for a long fucking time. Like he was in great shape for a long time, but now he looks like he's just doing a bunch of stuff.
I think
like, look at him there. That's crazy. First of all, that hairline is crazy.
This whole lineup of people is batshit. Can you print this out so I can just put it in my bathroom to just?
Is that Pacino? Who's the guy on the left?
We should know the answer.
No.
Is that Gene Simmons?
Yeah.
The woman? Oh.
No, Gene Simmons is there.
Is this the trans?
Stallone's 70.
Group?
He's 79 years old.
Let me see. Well, that was his wife.
Yeah, but it's just like, so who's there? Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons.
What was?
And Stallone and who's the guy in the back?
Are these the Benjamin
right?
Button Awards? Like, what is the actual award?
Who's the guy in the far right? It doesn't say? Michael Crawford, whoever that is. I'm sure he's been in a bunch of stuff I enjoyed. I just didn't know his name.
Like entertainers.
Yeah, okay, so they all got a big award. But it's just the way Stallone looked. It was like, God, what are you doing, man?
It looks like a facelift.
Is it Trump Kennedy Center? Oh.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So he was acknowledging his 80s heroes with awards. I used to like you in the 80s.
But by the way, just ask them to go to dinner. Like, how insecure that you have to like give an award. Like, there was, what was it? Was it Cosby that Harvard like gave him a fake award just to see if he would show up, and he showed up?
Oh, really?
Like how narcissists will just show up to accept like greatest comedy person of ever, and he like showed up and accepted it, and they didn't, and they had to like get him from the airport. They were like, "Fuck, this was like a joke."
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Jamie,
I don't know anything about that. They
go to Blue Sky
award. Go to Blue Sky.
They like the Hasty Pudding or whatever Harvard's comedy troupe is.
Oh, they did it.
Did like a prank where they'll give celebrities awards
just to see if they show up.
Yeah,
oh,
and Cosby
funny.
showed up.
That's actually funny. Conan and his friend, Conan O'Brien convinced Cosby that he was awarded fake the Harvard Lampoon's Lifetime Achievement in Comedy to be presented at Harvard. Bill Cosby actually flew all the way in a private plane to be picked up by Conan in his parents' station wagon. A modified bowling trophy was given as an award.
Oh,
boy.
It looks like from the 80s.
Like he showed up to get it.
That's hilarious.
Imagine.
That is hilarious.
Imagine.
So that was Conan when he was in Harvard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. So many funny writers came out of Harvard.
Out of Harvard, yeah.
Harvard Lampoon.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, it's interesting because they've you know, not to like talk about TV dorkery, but I know a lot of them. We're friends with a lot of them, but like there was a little bit of like a elitism. I think it's part of what made TV start becoming kind of irrelevant is these sort of like elite writers from Harvard who don't necessarily have a, you know, I think that the best comedy, everyone can see themselves in it, or it's about something that we can all kind of relate to on some level.
Mm-hmm.
That's all these sort of kids going to a, you know, $70,000 a year elite school, making shows like The Office and show, you know, these comedies that, you know, look, like it's a lot of my friends worked on The Office. I love you guys. It's gonna get me in trouble, but it is kind of like making fun of poor people. It's like, wouldn't it be funny if people like worked at a paper mill and like went to Chili's? Like, what a bunch of losers. It's like my family members like go to Chili's.
That is a real photo. That's Conan right there. He was 19 when this happened.
Like they had to like scramble to pick him up.
That's actually amazing.
He talks about on a podcast. I think that's what I just found.
That's actually amazing that he did that. That's actually amazing.
Like, that is, I love the little things where when you find out someone was a sociopathic monster that you're like, we should have known. Even though it had nothing to do with drugging women, like the fact that he showed up to receive this award. Like,
well, actually, the Harvard Lampoon is like a famous comedy thing. So it would make sense that they would give him an award.
That's true. That's true.
And before he was a monster, he was, I mean, like, you look at that image there, that's a black and white image. So Conan was 19. Conan's got to be in his late 50s, right? How old is Conan now?
Yes, this was in 85.
Okay. So he was very respected back then.
Yeah.
Like, Bill Cosby was the man.
Look, that show, I mean, when I tell you, like, my top 5 shows, it's Cosby, Martin. Married with Children was really big.
Can you even get Cosby anymore? Have they hid that?
Maybe not even because no one thought it was weird that he was a gynecologist that worked out of his basement. Like,
how about that one episode where he had his secret barbecue sauce that made everybody horny?
That's right. No, but no, remember?
How fucking who greenlit that?
Dude.
You're gonna drug people?
Cliff Huxtable would walk up the stairs from his basement, take off plastic gloves.
Oh, because he was just touching pussies.
That would have just been inside a woman.
Oh my
presumably.
God! He kept him on. He's smelling.
He would
off
just
the
be like,
stairs.
yeah, like whatever he was doing, and then be like, anyway, so what's for dinner? And you're like, wait, hold on.
That's nuts. I didn't know that. I never watched that show.
He was a gynecologist, and he'd work.
I didn't even know he was a gynecologist.
Out of his house.
Oh my God, that's
or he would deliver babies,
crazy.
but that. Yeah, I always thought that was wild.
So crazy.
He'd take the plastic gloves off at the top of the stairs, like.
I was dating a girl once back in the day, and she told me that her gynecologist hit on her. And she said she was so creeped out. Her gynecologist called her up at home and asked her out on a date. And she was like, what? Because he got a chance to take a look at that thing. That thing looked pretty good.
I mean...
That's so crazy. Your gynecologist asks you on a date, and you're at home. And this is back, by the way, like when, I guess they had caller ID in the 80s. So this would be after they had caller ID. Like... You probably think the doctor's calling you up because, like,
by the way, didn't we just
on.
go on one?
You just figured me.
Yeah, what was that? Hold on, what's your definition of a date? I thought that's what that was.
We were a thing.
We're together.
You've seen my pussy and my asshole. This is nuts. I've been in the stirrups.
You fingered me and have all my money. Like,
Jesus Christ.
That is, I mean, it is interesting that today for a guy to become a gynecologist, I know it was like the only way, only men could be back in the day, but now for a guy to be like, I'm in med school to be a gynecologist.
Yeah, everybody's like, what?
Like, huh?
Right, like if I was a woman, I would never go to a male gynecologist.
I'm good.
That's crazy.
No.
Just if he's heterosexual and he's staring at your cooter and thinking about sliding up in there.
Or the opposite. Or if he like doesn't care, you're like, why are you not looking? If
I'm not excited.
Yeah, why'd you put gloves on?
Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Look at it shine. I put glitter on it just for you.
Like it is. Do you remember that?
No.
But
glitter? Butt glitter? For real?
No, remember crystal remember okay. There were bedazzling, pussy bedazzling.
No way.
Yes, this was
Come
a thing.
Did that give you cancer too,
this
like baby powder does?
This was a thing, definitely something. But yeah, I'm just always fascinated by like conflating like feminism with just what are we doing? Bedazzling our pussies, like we're not like free the nipple, like we're
Joe wasn't off on something.
Okay. Is this William
Glitter
Montgomery?
butts, the hot new trend for summer, glitter butt. That's so ridiculous. Like, don't look at my butt, but look, it's glittery. That's hilarious. Glitter
that's
butt
like
is
a
pretty
butt.
nuts.
There's also the butt plug thing.
No, there was.
So where are these people wearing these glitter pants? I mean, it's not even pants. That was another thing that hoes would do back in the day. Remember, they would just paint their tits, and you can kind of go out in public with paint on your tits, like on New Year's Eve and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah.
And people go, "Oh, you're topless." No, I can't pee.
And then it was like, "Why are you looking?" It's like, okay.
What? Okay, these girls have glitter all over their pants. By the way, how toxic is that shit?
Hold on, go. That's just hold on.
So we talked about the Wizard of Oz and that poor dude who had to play the Tin Man. That guy got fucked up by that paint.
So did the woman that was the witch. She got her face caught on fire.
Oh, caught on fire.
Yeah. Which, by the way, now we'd pay dermatologists to set our faces on fire, but back then that was accidental. It was
take a layer of skin off.
Yeah,
so you can look young again. Gotta get to that young skin.
Was it what was it? Asbestos or what?
Well, she had green paint on her face all day long,
but
right?
in Tin Man, it was.
He had it was aluminum, I think.
Aluminum, that's correct.
Yes.
Which we put in deodorant. Fine.
Not the kind.
You
I use
use.
Dr. Squatch. It's natural.
Yeah.
Works too. That shit lasts all day long. Dr. Squatch is legit.
Also, if I stink,
Oh no, you don't
Fine.
want to smell me.
Oh really?
No.
I mean,
When I don't have deodorant on and I work out and I hang out all day, and I'll smell myself and get disgusted.
but
I'll smell myself and gag.
I'll do wipes. I'll just wipe it. You know.
You don't want to smell
That's
that.
good.
You don't want to get in there.
But we're not. I just this whole thing where we all have to smell like a moonlit path.
Yeah, but you don't want to smell like a monkey in the zoo. That's what I smell like.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a power move.
I guess.
You know how they say Ronnie
You're trying to have
Dangerfield.
sex with your wife. She's plugging her
Oh yeah,
nose.
no. You know what? I'm sorry to your wife. I love her too much to
And your breath,
encourage this.
It's like you deal with my breath. What?
Oh.
Brush your fucking teeth. Are you crazy?
But isn't there something about smelly? If someone smells bad, your wife, your BO probably smells good to her. Huberman actually talked about this when he was on my podcast back in the day about if someone doesn't smell good to you, it means you're probably related.
I think you need to talk to her. She would probably correct you.
Yeah.
I fucking smell gross. I eat mostly meat.
Because you're always in ketosis.
It's
Yeah,
just
that's different.
Rotten meat coming out of my pores and pneumonia from sweat.
But if someone's morning breath smells bad to you and they just,
Everybody's morning breath smells bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But if you
got to be really horny to make out with someone in the morning.
Yeah.
Full on make, you got to, that's ultimate. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care what your breath smells like. Come here. That's crazy.
Just, flip me over like an adult.
Yeah.
Don't.
That's like if you don't care about yeast infections. Who cares about that smell? Let's go. Let's fucking go.
There is something sick about once you birth a child, you're so tapped into this feral, it's just so wild that I don't even think about morning breath anymore. You're just
Well, you're cleaning diapers all the time.
Yeah.
It's when I was on Fear Factor, I didn't even flinch if someone threw up in front of me. I'd seen so many people throw up. One time my wife threw up in her car. And this is how I am immune to throw up.
Because some people puke if they see.
Because of all my years on Fear Factor, I'm completely immune. When I was a kid, if you threw up in the hallway in high school, I'd be like, bleh.
Which there's a biological basis for that.
Yeah.
We probably ate the same thing.
Right.
In the tribe.
Exactly. That got wiped out of me on Fear Factor, 100%. She was coming home from the gym and she drank wheatgrass juice and she fucking threw up in her center console.
Yep, I've done that.
And she was crying. She was like, okay, but now I can't even clean it. It's so disgusting. I go, I'll clean it. I don't give a fuck. I cleaned the whole thing. I got in there with towels. I cleaned her puke out. It didn't even make me flinch. I'd seen so many people puke. I've seen people puke for days and days. And I did 148 episodes. So at least 130 of those times, people had to eat something that made them throw up. So I saw multiple people. There's 6 contestants. I saw so many people gag, and I had to be interviewing them. While they were gagging sometimes. While they were throwing up in a dumpster, I'd be talking to them.
That was such a big deal, that show.
It was so ridiculous.
Such a big deal.
You know, I took that show because I thought it was going to be canceled. I thought, I'm going to get some jokes out of this. They're going to stick dogs on people.
But
oh, yeah.
But you underestimated our deep desire for schadenfreude, watching other people be scared and humiliated. The Coliseum, basically.
Well, it was also, I underestimated the entertainment value of the competition because it was competition. That was the grossness was great. It was definitely fun to watch, but there was also real significant competition.
Yeah.
There were some great moments. There's this one moment where this mother and her daughter beat this father and his son, and the father and the son were assholes. They were just, the dad was like a dick. This is how you get ahead in this world. You be a fucking dick. And they were talking crazy shit to
That's it. And
then the kid fumbled and fucked things up, and the dad fucked things up, and the whole crew was crying. Everybody was so happy.
Yeah. I
cried.
I'm fascinated.
I'll cry if I start talking about it.
I just sent Andrew Schultz a clip that I'll cry if I talk about because he was posting something about a daughter asking her or a gymnast who the daughter was getting attached and wouldn't let her go to the routine, so she did it with her daughter. And there's this video of this girl. I think it's in Brazil. She's doing a cooking competition, and those timed cooking competitions, and she can't open a jar, and her dad is in the audience, and she runs and gives it to her dad, and her dad just opens it, and it's like gives me goosebumps every time. But dads, man. But that shit just kills me. Oh God, this kills me.
This is how she runs?
She can't get it open.
Why do they make jars so fucking hard to open? By the way, if your hands
That's her
are
dad.
wet-
Look at her dad. Oh God. Oh God.
Oh no, so this is costing all this time and he's
Mm-hmm.
freaking out? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh God. Oh God.
That's cool that you can do that though.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous that you can't, opening a jar.
Well, you got to hit it on the
competition.
side of a
You'll break
thing.
it.
Yeah. Or if you just clank it on something. But it's like, I think he posted something about, when runners don't finish the race and the dad comes out and helps him cross the finish line or something. Oh gosh. I love shit like that so much. But I can't remember where we were on this. Now I'm just
It doesn't matter.
gonna sob.
Competition, fear factor,
Oh, that's
disgusting.
right.
Yeah, it turned out to be fun.
That's what it is. I think I'm fascinated by, and I'm like a football dork. I know you're not the biggest football fan, even though you've
I've
been
been
going,
watching a
you've
lot
been
of
going to some
football.
games.
Yeah. I like it now. I get it. I watched the Texas A&M versus the UT game.
Yeah.
Holy shit, it
Woo!
was incredible.
Incredible. And I think that what you're going for is it's almost like this gambling addiction in a way, because it's like even when your team loses, you're all losing together, and it's, you get to feel like you're a part of something. There's so much reptilian sort of hardwiring at play. But for me, it's about these goosebumps moments that you can't have every game. That would take the value out of them. Like this past season, have you been, I don't know if you're a football guy, Jamie, but Phillip Rivers coming back to the Colts and him coming out of retirement. Two major players came out of retirement this year that were coaching. They were done coaching their kids little league in high school. Phillip Rivers was just coaching, 45, 44, 45 years old.
There's a fun caveat with that too, but
Tell me.
he's got so many kids.
10, right?
Yeah. He was about to hit retirement. His 5 years you have to wait to go to the Hall of Fame, but now he just re-upped his NFL health insurance, so now he gets coverage for. I mean, he's rich as shit. He doesn't really need it, but just a little caveat of he gets coverage for life.
Him getting
Here's
a call.
what I realized, and I realized this at the UT game. When you're a fan of football, you get big moments many times.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a fan of a fight, you get the fight, and then one guy wins and one guy gets horribly destroyed.
Right.
Sometimes. Sometimes your guy gets flatlined, and you're watching your guy laid out with his toes curled, his legs stiff, his arms up in the air. He's completely unconscious, and the other guy is on the cage like this, and then the medical people are taking care of your guy, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It's the worst. When you see families and children see their dad get knocked out.
No.
It's so hard.
No.
That's so hard when you
No.
see wives crying and then the camera turns to them and you see them there. Oh no. It's just football's a different thing. When someone throws the ball and then the person catches it and goes across the line and you see 100,000
That's
people
right.
go,
That's it. That's it. That's it. And so much is the type of fan base, but
but the people in the audience feel better.
That's right.
It's they're celebrating in a different way. Because when a fighter wins, it's an individual. But when a team wins, it's your team.
That's right. That's
It's
right.
different.
And you can make the argument on some level that, not your part of it, but the energy you bring. When I went to the Rams game, I'm an Eagles fan, and Rams game, all green, all Eagles fans coming for away games. It's imagine being the Eagles and looking out at all green in another, city. Also, is it Matt Brady? I think is his last name. He was a kicker was it the Bills? Both of the kickers got injured and they didn't have a kicker. And they're imagine getting the call. You're coaching your middle school sons, whatever, little league football, and you get the call we need you.
Really?
It's he goes in and he kicks the winning field goal. This was in September, I want to say. I love shit like that so much.
That's awesome.
When you also just moments like what Saquon Barkley did last year, jumping backwards over, there's a video of his teammates watching him do it going, fuck. It's just, I love watching the interplay between the team members too. It's like comics. It's like, you know.
I get it. I didn't like it before, but I get it way more now. I get it way more. Because for me, it's like a watered-down version of fighting. I'm like, why don't they just fight? But now I get it. It's not that. As an audience member, it's better because you're like a part of the game. Like we are scoring. It's a stupid thing to say. You never say we won that fight.
That's right. That's right. Also, but I think the we of it also happens to, you know. The reason I think as live performers, when you see a team like the Eagles do so well, and then this last time they played the Rams just fall apart, you're like, what? Just per what we were talking about with Fear Factor and what you're capable of when you're on TV, when you've been insulted, when your ego's been, when you're in front of your kid.
Right.
I'm not going to eat a live rat, but if my kid is watching and someone just insulted my kid, I'm a different person. You know what I'm saying? I will fucking fuck this rat in the ass to, whatever I need to do. Or if money's involved, I'm obsessed with sort of like the most dangerous team to me is always the one that hasn't won any games.
That's the most dangerous fighter, is the one that needs money.
That's right. That's right. And I'm just fascinated. Didn't Floyd Mayweather used to practice by doing like live Facebook Lives with like girls around to try to...
Did he really?
Yeah, I think he would do like Facebook Lives.
Well, he definitely did that to show off too. He was so fucking good.
Yeah.
He was so good, but he would do crazy things. Like they would have rounds that would go on for 10 minutes. He would have like, what would he call it? Like the dog pound? He had like a name for it, where he'd bring a bunch of guys in there and they would just box and they wouldn't have any rounds. They would just box. So like, it's sink or swim. You got no rounds?
Yeah.
You're just in there, but no one's going to tell you to stop?
Wild.
Like, this is crazy.
Wild animal.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
But he also was a master at boxing people and talking shit to them. So it was, I'm sorry about my voice, but it was a part of like the whole thing of it was that you were watching all this chaos and then you're dealing with the psychological aspect of each guy talking shit to each other.
And it's also like...
That's it. The Doghouse
nice.
refers to his gym's notoriously grueling sparring sessions known for intense, no-rules fighting until someone quits, designed to push boxers to their absolute limits. I mean, it's not a mystery why he's one of the absolute greatest
Till someone
of all time.
quits.
Yeah. By the way, this guy's had multiple hand surgeries, so he couldn't really even like blast on guys like he used to when he was younger. When he was younger, they called him Pretty Boy Floyd. And so in the early days of his career, he was a knockout artist. He was fucking people up. But he doesn't have big hands. And so he was breaking his hands like multiple times. And so then he became Money Mayweather and just started boxing everybody's face off. And like if you go back and watch some of his early knockouts, also he wasn't certainly facing the caliber of fighters he faced as a champion. But he's the best ever at not getting hit. That guy's been cracked maybe like 3 or 4 times in his entire professional career, which is wild.
And is his ability to not get hit, is that from outworking everyone or something genetic? Is there some gift?
It's a whole bunch of things that came together. So one of them, his dad, Jesus Christ, his dad was Floyd Mayweather Sr., okay? His dad fought Sugar Ray Leonard and gave him a hell of a fight. His uncle was Roger Mayweather. Roger Mayweather, multiple-time world champion, the Black Mamba. So he grew up in a gym with Jeff Mayweather. And these guys were all killers, and they were boxing scientists. They knew everything about boxing. It's a famous quote that people always use, Roger Mayweather. See if you can find it, where he's like, most people don't know shit about boxing. And everybody who knows anything about boxing, and by the way, I'm not a boxing expert. I'm like a fan. Compared to the regular person, I know more than most people.
Hey, Rhonda, he's a fan.
Most people don't know shit about boxing. But see if you can get him say it, because it's the way he says it.
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.
Fuck yes.
And it's 100% accurate. It's 100% accurate.
Is boxing like, and not to like compliment like what we do in any, might sound insulting to athletes, but like, is it similar in a way to comedy in that there's certain things like you can't really teach, like you have to find your thing?
Well, there's certainly like genetic advantages that are huge, that are almost insurmountable. There's some people that have like speed, like Roy Jones Jr. was the best example of that. He had speed that was otherworldly. Like no one had seen anything like that before. And he had a style that no one else had. Roy Jones, so the most important punch in boxing, if you ask any boxing trainer, they'll say the jab. The jab is what establishes distance. The jab is what you could score with.
Yeah.
The right hands try to knock him out. Left hooks try to knock him out. Uppercut. But the jab is the most important punch in boxing. Roy Jones rarely threw jabs. He would throw left hooks. His left hook was so fast that he would throw a leaping left hook and it would hit you as fast or faster than another person's jab. And you had to calibrate for that when you're fighting him. Like all of a sudden there's a guy who can do things that are literally superhuman. Like no one can move like him. He has a left bicep that's like twice the size of his right bicep from throwing left hooks.
And is this like how Michael Phelps has abnormally long arms or something, right?
No, he developed that left bicep. That's why his right bicep is small. His right bicep is normal sized. His left bicep is fucking huge. So look at the photo.
Whoa.
Bro, let me tell you something. Roy Jones in his prime was a freak of nature.
And do you try to go like, okay, I'm just going to...
Look at his build. Look at that left hook.
Insane. Dude, no.
He was a freak. And also extremely intelligent, crafty, set you up, knew what to do to get you to move this way, and then you're moving that way, and then he's doing things you can't do, so you don't anticipate that someone's going to be able to leap in from there and catch you with an uppercut. You're like, you don't even understand how it happened. He's the only guy in the history of, I believe, CompuBox. It might still be the case, and it was in this fight, the Vinny Pazienza fight, where, look at that. Put his hands behind his back and knock the guy out. One of the only fights in the history of the sport where the opponent landed 0 punches. That's the stoppage of Vinny Pazienza. He was a freak.
Wait, how did that even happen?
He hit him with a left hook to the body. He was so fast. He would hit you. Yeah, he was so good. All of his fights were essentially executions. He went from 168, he won the world title at 168, went up to light heavyweight, won the world title at light heavyweight, went up to heavyweight, won the world title at heavyweight. He was a fucking middleweight in the Olympics.
That looks like, remember the video of Putin doing like Kung Fu or Taekwondo and they're pretending to fall? Like, that's what this looks like. It's like,
Roy was so
this is
fast.
Nuts.
He was so fast. And he was so hard to hit.
Oh!
Yeah, exactly.
Cartoon.
There's a 1-2 he hits this guy with that I sent a friend of mine who's a boxing fan the other day. I'm like, look at the speed of this 1-2. He hit this guy with a counter right hand, like a counter 1-2 right hand. It was freakish. Like it didn't even make sense. There's the left hook.
Ooh.
That left hook. Look at that left hook. That left hook's crazy. Look at him. Like what the fuck?
He just went down.
Watch that left hook again.
Face.
He's trying to get up. He keeps face planting. And that's Montel Griffin, who was a world champion. Look at that left hook. Good Lord.
He even was like...
Good Lord.
Lord.
Yeah, there's guys that are amazing, and then there's Roy Jones. Roy Jones was a freak. I mean, it was like nothing.
But that was
unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
It was all his fights. Look at that right hand to the body, Virgil Hill. He knocked him out with a right hand to the left side of his body, but that's not even where your liver is. Your liver's over here. Guys get dropped all the time with a left hook to the body. He hit him with a right hook to the body and stopped him.
I always get obsessed with as comedians, the more comedy there is and has been, the more original we have to be. I'm always fascinated by fighting or sports, football, for example, go Birds, the Eagles doing the tush push. It's like everyone had to start studying that, and this thing that worked, now everyone knows you do it. So now, it's fascinating to me when a fighter's so good at one thing, everyone starts learning to defend that, and then because it used to be like you could just fight and people saw the fight once and that was it. But
that's where Roy had the advantage over everyone else. There was no internet back when Roy was on top. So the thing about the internet now is any kid with limited resources can study all the greatest boxers of all time. So Mike Tyson, when he was young, one of the great advantages that he had was Jim Jacobs was his manager. And Jim Jacobs was a legitimate boxing historian who he carried these tapes and old films of everyone. Mm-hmm. Jack Johnson, Harry Greb. He was watching Sandy Sadler, all these Willie Pep, all these like Rocky Marciano, Jack Johnson, all the great champions of history on film. So he'd study film footage all day. He would put these 32 millimeter or whatever. Was it 32 millimeter or 16? What are those things back then? 16? So the reel to reel. So he'd have to feed the tape into the thing.
Right.
And he would sit there and watch everybody fight. So he had this massive advantage of seeing all these incredible fighters. Like he mirrored his style a lot around a bunch of different ones, but one of them in particular was Jack Dempsey, who was like one of the most, I mean, I think Dempsey was the champion, and I'm trying to figure out what year this was, where Jack Dempsey was the heavyweight champion. He was like, it was a savage time. I think he was a hobo at one time in his life. Like, it's a savage time. And he was a savage man. And he was annihilating people. And he wasn't very big either. From 1919 to 1926.
Whoa.
What did he weigh? What did Jack Dempsey weigh when he was fighting? Okay. I'm going to guess 180 pounds. 187. 187. He was the heavyweight champion of the world. He weighed 187 pounds. That's nuts. That's 13 pounds less than me. He was the heavyweight champion of the world. That's fucking bananas. And another one that's even crazier is Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano, who was the heavyweight champion in the 50s, I believe. When one of the only heavyweight champions to ever retire undefeated. He was 5'10", and he weighed, I think, 185 pounds. And he killed everybody. He killed people. He hit them so hard that they would just go dead. They would just shut them off, and they would, like, collapse. He was a murderous puncher, and he was a small guy. And 184 pounds when he won the title from Jersey Joe Walcott. Now, Google or look up that fight.
He was shorter and had shorter
Look up
reach.
that fight where the KO of Jersey Joe Walcott. You just have to see the punch he hits him with.
And this is before peptides and.
Oh yeah, this is just he was eating spaghetti. This is like a crazy Italian from Brockton, Massachusetts. But just see if you can find the KO, because the KO is not. By the way, Jersey Joe Walcott is one of the all-time greats. I mean, he was a phenomenal boxer. This was a little later in his time. You know, but he had a long career. And he'd fought great. So he knocks him down with that right hand. But watch the KO, though, after this.
This is the second fight.
Yeah, they must have fought twice. So find the other one.
Whoa.
This is the one. Okay, watch how he KOs him. He hits him with that right hand. He had the craziest work ethic of maybe any heavyweight of all time. He would work out. He would run 10 miles in the morning. Wow. He would work out all day long. Sometimes he would spar 100 rounds for a fight each week. He was sparring constantly, and then he would swim after training 5 miles in a lake. His cardio was just off the charts, and it was because he got tired once in a fight when he was an amateur.
I'll do it.
And he said, I'll never get tired again. And so he just decided to outwork everybody. But you got to see the KO. Like, see if you can zoom in. I mean, it was a brutal fight. I mean, Jersey Joe Walcott give as much as he got. But here it is, right there.
Ooh.
Watch that again.
Walks
Back that
away.
up again. Watch this right hand.
Mic drop.
Boom.
Mic drop.
The power in that. It's every ounce of his body. Watch how in slow motion he creeps in. Look at the explosion and the extension of his back leg. See that? The extension of the back leg, the turn of the shoulder, the back gets into it. Boom.
Look at his back. Oh, holy shit.
Just fucking boom.
That's over.
I mean, and he's done. And again, Jersey Joe Walcott was a legend. And then he hits him with the left hook on the way down. He wasn't totally
he's gone,
down. Oh,
dude.
he's dead.
Gone.
It's crazy how powerful that guy was.
Before all the things.
Before
the cold
anything.
plunge, all of it.
Well,
Just
no steroids, no nothing.
anger and
Just
having been
meat
molested.
and eggs and an immigrant.
From
Italy.
I was thinking about this the other day because I was in England. My brother lives there, and I was like,
I believe his family was from Italy. I think he was a child of immigrants.
I'm obsessed with Italian immigrants because, like, you go to Italy all the time. Imagine like the people that were like, nah, like how beautiful Italy. Like we pay to go to Italy to see that view for 3 days, and they were like, no thanks. I'd rather maybe get leprosy on a boat for 10 weeks.
Well, I don't
to
know
go to
what life
America.
was like in the 1920s when my grandparents came over here, but it wasn't good in Italy.
Yeah, no
There was a
bueno.
lot of them came over from Ireland, from Italy.
Yeah, bad news.
And they came over before YouTube. Someone drew them a picture. This is what it's like over there. You're going to get a job.
Imagine, like, when I look at what goes on in the comment section, America's so torn apart. I'm like, this wasn't ever going to go any other way. Like, imagine, I'm obsessed with just the ocean. Like, just imagine looking at the ocean in a boat and being like, all right, I'll get on that.
Right.
Fuck.
With your kid.
Only the craziest, like, people.
Right. That's why everyone in the East Coast is so fucking insane. I always say that. I always say that the most violent, crazy fucking people are on the East Coast. Why? Because their grandparents came over on a fucking boat.
All their ancestors had toxoplasmosis or whatever it was, and we're just like, I'd rather.
They definitely had that.
Yeah, I'd rather die and have frostbite and warm my frostbitten fingers in my wife's carcass, leprosy carcass, than not be able to worship who I want or say what I want.
There's a lot of that, too. I mean, that's what brought people over here initially. A lot of people came over for religious freedom, which is a crazy thought. But, like, the Quakers, like, what were those fucking people all about? Wasn't that a big part of why they came over here? Like, they were being persecuted in England?
Which is so weird because we go to England and pay to go in the churches now. We're like, I was like waiting in line to go in an England church. I'm like,
what was the deal with the Quakers? Are they like a cult? Like, are they around anymore? Are there any Quakers?
Uncle Ben?
Jamie says yes.
Yeah.
Uncle Ben.
Isn't
Quaker,
he?
right?
I think so. They make good rice.
I think so.
I don't know. I've been really into Amish though. There's I'm in like Amish core algorithm where it's men like build barns in a day.
Sexy, right?
Dude, it's so hot. My porn is just watching men be useful, and they'll just build a barn and just like the Amish life. I feel like we're all kind of trying to go like, how do I get chickens? How do I self-sustain? How do I like?
Some guys think it's hot when women cook. Same reason. Same thing. It's like sexy.
Because they're going to eat soon? Yeah. I mean,
well, no, because a woman can cook.
Yeah.
Like a woman that's like really into feeding you.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good woman.
Yeah.
Like a woman who wants to cook for you. She
Yeah.
wants to cook for you. For a guy, that's hot.
This whole thing of like, when I'm not going to cook for my man, it's like, you get to eat too. I mean, like, what are you going to eat?
Well, you don't have
Like-
to cook for your man. Like, I wouldn't expect anyone to cook for me. I think that's crazy. I know how to cook. But there's something about somebody wanting to cook for you.
Yeah.
It's wanting to do it. It's
Yeah.
not doing it because it's a chore that you're
course.
making them do.
Yeah.
It's like if somebody does something nice for you because they want to. It's so much better than if you have to ask them and they don't want to do it, but they concede to doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I love that. I want to know what's going in your body.
Well, it used to be a valuable trait for someone to be building something. Like a guy who could go out there and do something with his hands. Oh, that is a man that can provide a shelter.
That's right.
And if the roof breaks, he can fix it. Like this is a good also, he can do hard shit. He's a guy who's got endurance. He's durable.
Yeah, and
he's
also-
not going to fall apart like this job is too hard.
There was a list of jobs that like were more likely to be replaced by AI and less likely, and for some reason, less likely was roofers, which I thought was interesting.
I don't think they're right. They're going to have robots that can do a lot of things.
roofing.
Yeah, for sure they'll have a roofing robot. That's not that difficult.
A
But I
roofie
think
robot. Cosby will just start using a roofie robot.
You're going to miss the value of a really fucking hard job because there's a value in a really hard job. And I know a lot of kids avoid hard jobs, and you shouldn't do a hard job for your whole life. But there's a real value in a hard job. And that I had a job, well, I've had a bunch of construction jobs when I was a kid because my stepdad's an architect, so I worked on a lot of construction sites. But I also had a very good friend, Jimmy Lawless. Shout out to Jimmy. And when I was a kid, I worked with him. He was a year older than me, and he'd already graduated. He was a carpenter's apprentice at the time, I believe. He might have actually been a carpenter. And I just needed a job. And I think I was probably 18 or 19. And I got a job working on this construction site. We were building a wheelchair ramp for a Knights of Columbus Hall. And I had to carry cement and pressure-treated lumber all day. That was the job. I had terrible nutrition. I would like eat sub sandwiches and drink a Coca-Cola. And you're out there in the sun all day long. You're not hydrated. I was always dehydrated. And I was carrying cement and pressure-treated lumber all day, which is a gross lumber that they have to soak in horrible chemicals. Yeah, pressure-treated lumber, like you would get these splinters and they would get infected. It was nasty. Like you're dealing with whatever the fucking chemical that they treat that thing with.
The
all
radioactive
time.
shiny
It's on your
girls.
skin
Yeah.
and it's August, so you're sweating So you're sweating like crazy. This shit is getting in your pores. You're carrying bags of cement. You're breathing cement dust all day long. And by 2 weeks, I quit. And when I did quit, I was like, okay, now I know that if I don't get my shit together and figure something out in life, that could be the best paying job that I can get.
Yep.
That whatever I got, it probably wasn't even $20 an hour.
Yep.
I don't remember what you got paid.
And if I get injured, I don't have health insurance, and
I
that's
didn't
just my
have
body now.
shit.
Yeah.
And I was clearly handling something that was toxic.
Yeah.
All day long. Like, what is in pressure treated lumber? What do they use?
It's supposed to be left outside to stop like insects and.
Right, that's what it does. Like termites can't eat it.
I have a
it's
weird
poison.
question though.
It's fucking poison.
Is today's version of a poisonous, dangerous job like that sitting at a desk looking at a computer all day?
Ooh. Well, it very well could be, right? And don't they say that like LED lights are actually not good for you now?
But just like sitting at a desk that is, you don't have a standing desk, you don't have one of these whatever Sibians or whatever I'm sitting on, and you're like, people just sending emails all day. Like, it's
definitely bad for your back. It's tightened my lower back considerably. I think a big part of it is sitting like this all the time. So I'm super conscious about it now, where I do a lot more lower back exercises than I ever used to do before.
But I got that machine you told me to get where you lift your back legs.
Reverse hyper.
That's right.
Yeah. Louis Simmons, who was a legend in powerlifting, he invented that because he crushed his discs, and they told him that he had to get his discs fused. And he said, well, if I crushed them, can I separate them? And they're like, no, it can't be done. And he's like, I'll figure it out. So he made a machine. And you climb on this machine, and he realized that in the descending, you're actually decompressing your back.
Yeah.
And in the ascending, you're strengthening all the muscles around your back. It's a fucking genius piece of equipment.
No,
he was one of the rare people that I traveled to do a podcast with.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's like the main machine I kind of like have. But
it's the shit.
Yeah.
He's also got a belt squat that he gave us before he passed. And that machine's awesome, too. You put a belt around your waist, and then the cable goes down in between your legs, and you're standing on a platform, and there's a stack of weights behind you. Mm-hmm. So instead of doing squats, which are one of the best exercises of all time, but the problem with squats is if you're squatting heavy, you've got all that weight on your back. Okay, it's all if you got like 400 pounds, you're squatting, if you're a beast and you're fucking, you've got 400 pounds trying to crush all your discs. And the only thing that's keeping that from happening is your strength. All your fucking core muscles and your spine muscles, but you're compressing everything with that weight. With a belt, you're not. So a belt is on your hips and all the weight is down there. There it is. So that's me using it at his place. And then he gave us one.
Is the sit-down squat machine bullshit?
No.
It's these ones?
No,
I do that one.
No, not at all. No, that's a leg press. That's a very
leg
very
press.
good machine.
That's what I do. I just don't want to, my knees are
The problem with that is, you ever see what happens when people lock their legs out and it bends backwards?
What?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh,
don't, Jamie, don't.
Jamie, pull that shit up.
I hate this,
Pull that shit up.
I'm calling HR.
People need to know.
I'm
You need to know that this can happen, because I saw it happen to a lady once in one of these videos that looked like she'd never worked out before.
I saw the one with the guy's sphincter came out, and
Jamie, don't without us getting in.
I was in.
I'm getting ready to see what I'm going to find.
I was in the sphincter algorithm. I don't want to get in the knee snap algorithm.
Well, as a person who's had 3 knee surgeries,
I have
don't
Auschwitz
enjoy it.
Schlatters in my left knee, so I just have to like. And when you squat, are your knees supposed to go over your toes or not?
I do. You 100% can.
Thank you.
You 100% can, especially if you could build up to it. I do knees over toe stuff.
Yeah.
I had that guy, knees over toes guy, on the podcast. He's amazing.
I follow him.
And everybody should follow him. He's 100% right.
Yeah.
He's I will tell you 100%. There's no room for error. That guy's right.
Yeah.
He has an amazing protocol for strengthening all the muscles around your knees.
Yeah.
I followed it. It has radically changed the progression of the injury and made my leg stronger than it was before the injury.
Yeah. I also do weighted vests kind of all day. I've
Do you
worked up
really?
to. It's only like 30 pounds what I do because
that's the Gary Brecka move.
Oh, is it?
30 pounds is a lot. You're carrying a 30-pound weight vest
I have
on?
I have a 30 and I have a 15. So
Really?
I realized that with my kid, I'm bending over so much and picking him up so much. I was like, I could probably like kind of work out all day if I really just like wear a weighted vest. So
That's a lot of weight to wear.
it's gotten taken from me at TSA a couple times, but I'll just get it.
That's
going.
hilarious.
They
They take it.
if it's the plates,
You're like, jihad. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm like, you think that's the worst
You're
thing in my
holding
bag?
onto a pen.
threw you off from the fucking gun I have in my purse.
Just have like a digital recorder in your pocket. It looks like you're ready to press a button.
Yeah, totally.
Put the vest back in the suitcase, ma'am.
It's just like anthrax, chill. Yeah, they take it every now and then. But I kind of have just tried to wear it like kind of all the time. And then I'll do whenever I'm writing. Like if I am sitting down, I'm going like, I have to make sure that this sitting down, which is so bad for me, there's something else happening. So Huberman gave me it's a red light, but it's like sauna space it's just a bulb, one big red light bulb. Mm-hmm. That's the same as the Juve or something that's like a bunch of little red lights.
Well, if it's working for you, it must be.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not a red light expert, but I bought Gary Brecka's machine.
Oh, the full body guy?
He's got the big, giant, crazy body machine. It's the shit.
Can you go in there and just like fall asleep or something?
I do fall asleep, but I'm always tired. So I'm always doing too much. But when I get in there, it's 20 minutes. I just lay there for 20 minutes and 100% it's helping with my eyesight.
But you keep your eyes open. You don't put the glasses. Sometimes they give you like glasses. I'm like,
fuck your glasses.
Yeah.
Fuck your glasses. I'm here to tell you, I'm living proof. Unless somehow or another my eyes are getting damaged and I don't realize it. How are they getting better then?
Yeah.
Why is my vision better?
Well, that's the other thing with all
this. Why does it not
this?
bother me at all? It doesn't seem that strong when it's in my eyes. It's not like I'm like, oh my God, I can't look at it.
Yeah.
If it was that bad to look at, wouldn't it be hard to look at? Like the sun is hard to look at because it's bad to look at.
That's right.
You know, bright lights. We're like, Jesus Christ, it's hard to look at.
Yeah.
This is not hard to look at all.
But it's also like with a lot of
this. That's my meathead logic. It don't hurt, don't worry.
Meathead logic is like we're so suspicious of like simplicity, which like does it work for you? Yes, then it works. You know what I mean?
If it works, it works.
Yeah.
That shit works.
Because we're all like,
but there's a ton of science behind red light therapy,
right?
Including like what frequency it's at. Because this one that he has, it's attached to an app, and you go through the app, and you could change it for different effects.
Oh.
I don't know how much of that's real.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, here's the thing. I, as an aspiring snake oil salesman, like I remember I was with a friend of mine who's a big like lawyer in LA, and we're kind of more friends. He worked with Pryor, and he just got all these stories. Like he was there the day that Michael Jackson's hair caught on fire. Like he was at the commercial. Like he's more like just my buddy. And we were outside, and there were like mosquitoes, and I had this like citronella candle, and I was like, oh, let me light the candle. So the mosquitoes, and he's like, those don't work. And I was like, it's citronella, okay? I'm going to light it so that we don't get mosquito bites and get bitten with whatever's in the fentanyl water of this state. And he's like, it doesn't work. And I was like, yes, it does. And he was like, no, it doesn't. I was like, how do you know? He's like, because my dad invented it. It's fake.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
But, like, it also, the flame, he was like, the flame does deter them a little bit, so it doesn't not work. But it's like, so I'm fascinated by those things. And also, I don't know if when you were broke, you ever just did, like, weird-ass shit. Like, I used to do studies, like, when I first moved to LA.
No!
Oh,
you were like a lab rat?
So here's the thing about studies is like pretty much anyone can sign up, and it's usually people that need $50 like now.
Right.
So that's already a pretty biased sample of people. People that are like,
for sure,
like in DTs basically, like shaking, needing drugs like this minute, and you get $50 cash. And the more you talk and the more you complain, the more they'll ask you back. So I'm not going to say these big companies that I did stuff for, but like, everything from food to skincare to, I did a lot of pharmaceutical trials at colleges that like the pill never came out. Like the FDA never approved it. Like there's things where I'm like, wait, did that ever get passed? Or I just took that for a month for, what was the, but I took Accutane. I took all kinds of stuff. That's like, bad news. But, so look, in studies, like it's kind of the same group of people. Like where I was, it was like there were a lot of, by Pink Dot is where I used to live. And there were all these like office buildings. You would go in. It was usually like 20 people. And most of them just wanted to get the fuck out of there. I would be like, so yeah, no,
Did you see some of the same people over
That's
and
what
over
I'm saying.
again?
There was like 7 or 8 people. We would all go to every study and we'd all get called back. Okay. And you get to know them outside of the study. And then now when I like look at like side effects of a pill and it's like drowsiness, I'm like, that's Jocelyn, dude. That's her. She's always drowsy though. She's drowsy even when she's not in the study. Like we hung out, but like these are people that always would like headaches. Like he always has a headache, dude. I saw him before he took that pill. Like he's always complaining about headaches. Like these are human beings that just say what they have to say to try to get into more studies. I'm not saying this isn't all true. Like
that's hilarious.
I'm just fascinating because as someone who was a flawed, desperate person who needed $50, I was very much like, well, what about this? Yeah. And by the time they ask you if you have it, you probably do. They're like, did this cause anxiety? I'm like, Well, I'm in a study for money, so yeah, I have anxiety now that I think about it. If I wasn't anxious before, you just made me realize how much my life sucks. Like it was like UCLA would be like depression. If you have depression, come do this study. It's like even if I don't have it now, by the time I get to the study, I'll be depressed that this is my life. So sure, So studies, I'm always a little bit like, and what person? Like the thing that gets thrown around a lot. I had a boy, and people always want to throw around like girls mature faster. It's like it makes sense, but you're like, who put me in a cage with the guy that wanted to study boys and girls maturing? What do you like you were watching girls and boys mature? What is this?
Human biology is fascinating.
Physical maturity, emotional.
I don't leave out the both, right? I think, but why wouldn't you want to study that? That's like one of the weirdest things that happens to people. Is when a person is an adult. Well, we have an agreement. At 18, you get it.
Yeah.
Okay? So what's happening?
How do you define?
What's the process?
Is it physical maturity?
Well, girls are better in school. It seems like their minds develop faster. They believe their frontal lobe is fully formed quicker. With boys, I think it takes till they're 25 until your frontal lobe is fully formed. It's probably testosterone, which is like probably some kind of mental poison, which is probably why people associate testosterone with shitty behavior, right? Because there's probably part of it, at least, that's like a little bit toxic.
They say boys should be moving when they're learning.
Yeah, well, they also need to blow it out, and a lot of boys don't. They don't blow it out. So if you're not playing football or wrestling or doing something that's really hard to do, you're at this weird stage of your life where you used to be a child, and then all of a sudden you start getting testosterone.
Yeah.
And then you're looking in the mirror, you're like, what the hell's happening to me? And you're a child, right? So you're 13, 14 years old, your body's developing. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. And then you start getting aggressive. Well, a lot of boys are aggressive early on, but a different kind of aggressive.
Yeah.
Like a violent, dangerous aggressive.
Yeah.
Kids get 15 and 16 and they start playing around with violence a lot more.
Yeah.
And, you have schoolyard fights that get pretty
Testing.
brutal. Things become different when boys become more dangerous.
And that's a primordial instinct to like find the pecking order of the tribe kind of thing.
Yeah.
The Lord of the Flies type thing. Do you think, I want to go back to that in a second or don't have to.
But I was just going to say, this is why it's probably important, because it's always associated with dumb people. And there's probably some accuracy to that. Because the people that I know that have been the most brilliant scientists, except for Huberman, a lot of them are very low testosterone males.
Yeah.
Right? And they're males that became like very interested in intellectual pursuits, and they're way better at it. Is it because they're better at it because they spend so much time doing it? Or is it because of the testosterone? Is it because these higher testosterone men are distracted all the time, they're more angry, and they're more horny, and they're more reckless, they want to fucking skydive and do crazy shit? Like, is that what it is? Like, it might be a factor. And if these guys did have low testosterone, they'd probably be interested in being stimulated in some other way. Or is it just that intelligent people recognize that these are stupid pursuits?
Yeah.
And I'm not interested, even if I have normal testosterone. Well, it's probably a combination of all those things. But it seems to be like there's a lot. You associate a scientist with like a nerdy, weak guy. You associate a meathead as, some jack guy as being really fucking stupid. Why? Because we pattern recognize.
Right, of course.
But is it because they're actually dumber, like biologically, or is it because they're dumber and they have more testosterone? I'm
also fascinated by the way we define intelligence and maturity. By the way, I heard this quote the other day, and I don't know who said it. It was in a I don't know, but it was because we spend so much time trying to gain intelligence. I want to know everything. I need to be I want to learn. I want to. And then I think there's a certain point, maybe it's because I've had a kid, I'm sort of more interested in like wisdom, especially also when you've been around long enough and you've seen things you found to be true be completely debunked. Like, remember when we all thought soy milk was healthy, and now like half my guy friends have tits and my girlfriend's tits all got cut off. I'm like, everyone I know has cancer. And I'm like, we were just like deep throating soy milk. Like, so.
How much glyphosate's in that stuff?
After you've been conned enough, you're sort of like, I think very skeptical about accepting these like new truths. And look, we learned that the Native Americans and the Pilgrims had like a fun dinner. They like got along great. Like, that's what, like, I had a mural in my school of the Native Americans and the Pilgrims like having dinner. like having a great time. Like I feel like that's not how it went down, you know? So when enough things get sort of debunked, but this quote I loved, which was, intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in the fruit salad. And I like that.
That's good. That's logical.
You know, because like
there's different kinds of intelligence.
Yeah.
And there's the intelligence to be able to push yourself physically.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think of it intelligence because it's not like equations, it's not problem solving, but it is problem solving because it's problem solving emotions and anxiety and fear, and you're doing it with your willpower. It's mental fortitude.
Right.
It's a part of intelligence. It's just not a recognized part of intelligence for people that are absorbed with all the other pursuits. People that are really heavily absorbed with mathematics would never think that like endurance running is a mental pursuit, but it might be all mental.
Well, that's the other thing when you say like athletes, meatheads, like football's all math. You know what I mean? It's like I think we also just have this. We talk about stereotypes against women. We don't talk a lot of stereotypes about men. Like he's an athlete, he must be dumb. You know what I mean? Like there's just these kind of, I think, sort of silly assumptions. Like, you know, I'm obsessed with commercials from the '90s where every man just like had Down syndrome. Like remember in like every commercial, the woman was like, I have to feed my husband, and he's just like, where's the front door? Like in sitcoms, men are always portrayed as if they just like have one chromosome, you know. And I'm sort of fascinated by that. But the definition, what does intelligence mean? Does it mean memorizing a bunch of stuff from a book that like weren't our textbooks written by like Ghislaine Maxwell's dad or something? I'm dead serious.
No, I think you might be right.
Is
that it?
It's
without going too far, he did do something about consolidating a bunch of medical journals, the textbooks thing, maybe.
Like there was a history textbook that was like, you know, so memorizing a bunch of stuff that like may or may not be true, like that's not intelligence necessarily. Like you could be falling for a con. I think intelligence is
right. Like we were talking about what Huberman said about medical journals.
Right.
You know, that he had talked to that professor and he said, what percentage? The guy was like, at least 50.
Yeah.
50%.
If that
and then
who
is wild.
And who paid for the other ones?
That's so wild. Yeah, the idea that we know everything is crazy. Here's another weird thing that you said something that football's all math. There was this really weird thing that I was reading about the invention of mathematics, and they were talking about one of the biggest conundrums in the universe is that they invent this thing, humans invent this thing to try to solve the universe, and they find out that the universe is encoded with it.
Is this like the turtle shell is the calendar? This really stressed me out.
I did see that. I did see that, but I didn't look into that at all.
A turtle shell
this was like I wanted to bring it up on here, see if we could fucking dive into what exactly this guy is saying. But essentially he's saying the universe is made out of the thing that we invented to measure it. That's how he described it, to my monkey mind, right? Like that math was something that human being, like calculus, like advanced physics, like these crazy equations.
Call Eric Weinstein immediately. Call Terrence Howard.
Call Eric Weinstein, and he would explain differential equations. I don't understand what that even means. I can say those words.
Right.
But we invented it. Humans invented that so that they could figure out how the universe is made, like what is the structure of things, how to measure things. But the universe itself is encoded with this. It's like it is made out of the thing that we invented to try to figure out
my
what it is.
Adjacent tangent while Jamie looks up whatever that is, because I can't really respond to it except with this sort of realization that all the movies that current tech our Benjamin Franklins of our day grew up on, science fiction movies, in many ways formed what they believe a future should look like. Like you had someone on the podcast, someone sent me this clip about how you said like, how is AI going to kill us? And he goes, I can't tell you because I would never have thought of it. Like I can't think of it how. Like it wouldn't even occur to me to know what they would do.
Yeah, it'll do some slick Roy Jones Jr. shit on you. That's what it's going to do. It's going to do the Roy Jones Jr. of tech. And it's going to do it in a way that we could have never possibly thought that it would control us in that manner. And then it would just govern us and probably limit our breeding. And that would be a wrap.
Like how tech bros like grew up watching Weird Science. So by the time they go to start inventing stuff, you know, like how that influenced the way that they invent things.
I think AI is probably going to tell us to either adapt or go away. It's going to give us those options. Because I think it's going to say you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result.
Yeah.
When you're talking about war and stealing money and embezzlement and fraud and the amount of money that's in politics and Congress and the amount of politicians that lie. You've been doing it this way forever. Forever. If AI said, listen, you can't govern things anymore. You guys are super fucking corrupt.
Yeah.
You're now going to change. You can't do any of the things that you've been doing in terms of distribution of wealth, controlling of natural resources. What, you dug a hole in the ground so you get the world's oil? Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You don't own the oil because you own the ground. It's literally a part of the world.
So we'll take all the oil and distribute it to everybody.
That's what, if I was AI, that's what I would be saying.
to try to find some kind
I'm
of.
not saying oil to oil people. You don't own the oil.
But then
I'm
it kind
saying
of.
AI would think that.
So you think AI would have a concept of like fairness and would go, everyone should have a certain amount of happiness, or would AI go, well, this is how things have always been, so like.
It would recognize that human beings are so destructive and so often full of shit and manipulative and looking to just figure out a reason or a way that they can sneak something through or make something happen or overthrow a government.
Yeah.
AI is going to go, you can't do it that way anymore.
Yeah.
We're not going to give you that kind of power anymore because you guys are abusive every single time you get a lot of power. But then it's going to be like, okay, what did the people do now? What if the people resort to violence? And then it's going to say, like, look, you can't have any more fucking kids.
But
you guys are making kids. They're not. You're going to either have to integrate with us or you're going to have to go away.
So they're going to go, you have to fuck us. I guess you have to fuck us. Of course, that's always where it ends. So, but because AI is based on an amalgam of all of us, by that very nature, wouldn't it mean that they would abuse their power once they get it? They're going to go, you abuse power, but because we do.
Maybe, but why are we doing it? Like, are we doing it because of chimp instincts?
Right.
Like, I'm reading this book, The Chimp Paradox, recommended by Ronnie O'Sullivan. Have you ever heard that book, The Chimp Paradox? That's what it's called, right? Make sure I get it right. But it's all about you have like a person in your head and a chimp in your head. And you got to decide like when to listen to the chimp and when, that's it. That's the book. Very good book on mental management. And Ronnie O'Sullivan is like one of the greatest snooker players of all time, if not the greatest.
What game?
Snooker. They call it snooker. Snooker in England. It's a crazy cool game that's like a pool game, but it's a way bigger table. It's like a 12-foot table. And there's different rules. And I don't understand it totally. I don't know how the score goes. I've never played it. But this guy was just a fucking wizard at it. But like most wizards, he's a crazy person.
Sure.
He had a hard time managing his mind. He'd just go off the rails and think he was useless and think he could never win. And, and just whatever fucking mental demons you battle when you're truly brilliant at something. He recommended that book.
I could just get into some weird space about Pythagoras' stuff. Some guy wrote an article about the math thing.
Yeah.
That was kind of in the title.
Humans Internet Mathematics, it's what the world is made of.
He wrote about it.
Pythagoras' revenge. Most people think mathematics is a human invention. To this way of thinking, mathematics is like a language. It may describe real things in the world, but it doesn't exist outside of the minds of the people who use it. But the Pythagorean school of thought in ancient Greece held a different view. Its proponents believed reality is fundamentally mathematical. More than 2,000 years later, philosophers and physicists are trying to take this idea seriously. As I argue in a new paper, mathematics is an essential component of nature that gives structure to the physical world. Honeybees and hexagons. Bees live in hives, produce hexagonal honeycomb. Why? According to the honeycomb conjecture in mathematics, hexagons are the most efficient shape for tilling the plane. If you want to fully cover a surface using tiles of a uniform shape and size while keeping the total length of the perimeter to a minimum, hexagons are a shape to use.
Have you seen when someone tests if honey's real or not and they put honey on a plate and it just starts forming a hexagon?
Sick!
What?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah, hold on.
That's
Dude,
nuts.
bees are so metal, dude.
They are so metal.
Dude.
You know who's more metal?
Tell me.
The wasps who behead the bees.
Don't get me
those
started
Asian
on wasps. Oh, dude.
Those wasps who come in and just wipe out an entire colony.
There's a big ass wasp infestation, I think, coming next summer to California.
Oh, wasps are scary.
Dude, aren't they just assholes? Like, they don't even have predators. Like, they don't even serve any purpose except to just kick the shit out of bees.
I don't know what purpose they serve other than scare the fuck out of me.
Although bears eat the larvae.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dude, I got stung by a wasp. You know, if you go underwater, they'll wait for you. They wait.
They're like the Belgian Malinois of the
That's what I'm
insect
saying.
world.
They're just dicks. Like, they're just, instead of moving on, they wait. Whereas a bee doesn't want to sting you. If you
Right.
get stung by a bee, like,
Well, a hornet can sting you over and over again. A wasp can sting you over and over again. A bee can only sting you once and it's dead. It's only stinging you to get you the fuck away from the queen.
yeah, they don't want to sting you. Yeah.
They want you to get the fuck away from the queen or get the fuck away from the hive. They don't just want to sting you for no reason.
You had the bee lady, I think, on here.
Yes.
She DM'd me about something because I'll get bees out of my pool all the time when they're like drowning, even though they do have the ability to make their wings go so fast that they can get out of the water when they go in circles. So sick. But I was like rescuing them from my pool, and she was like, if a bee is out, that means they're a forager bee and they're going to die in a couple of days anyway. I was like, shit.
Oh, so you're risking your life
For
to
like
save this
just for
fucking
2
bee.
minutes, yeah.
Trying not to drown.
Yeah, I'm just stopping Darwinism.
I found a few videos. It could be bullshit apparently, but it is weird when you pour water into the honey, it starts forming
A hexagon?
like a honeycomb.
Whoa.
What?
And they're saying it's like a memory, which everyone says that's bullshit, but it's doing.
How's that
something.
not just water bubbles mixed in with the honey?
When people
It's
have done
diluting
fake honey, it dilutes it in a different way. But the top comment here said they did the exact same thing and it happened.
That was one of the things that beekeeper lady was telling us is a lot of honey's bullshit. It's got corn syrup in it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as I have my 2 jars of honey in front of me. But I do try when I travel to eat local honey when I land. Like,
Yeah,
as soon as
she
you
said
land.
that's bullshit too. That thing about it like helping your immune system. But I don't know how you would know that.
Placebo effect is an effect. So now what?
It's good for you though. Honey's good for you. There's some good aspects to it.
Manuka honey. Anything on that?
I think
topically?
that's a scam.
Yeah.
She said they just had a good PR agent.
Good for them.
But there is
I'm all in.
psychedelic honey. Do you know about that? Mm-mm. Yeah, this is wild because the way they have to collect it, it grows on cliff sides. So these guys, they have to rappel and risk their fucking life to get this honey that makes you trip balls. Because there's a special kind of flower, I guess, that has a psychedelic compound in it. And I don't know what that compound is. A guy brought it in. I tried it. It was interesting. He said, just take a half a spoonful. So I said, fuck you, we're going in. I took the whole spoonful. I'm like, let's see. Let's see what's up. It's something. There's something there.
Is there something about the sugar,
This is what it looks like. But see if you can show them harvesting, because when they harvest, this is how they do it. How crazy is that? So this guy's on this giant rope ladder and probably doesn't have any safety
Is that
equipment.
a mushroom? Oh, whoa.
Those are all the hives. That's how they grow. Under cliffs.
So sick.
It's
And what is it that
nuts.
if a bee stings you, does it help with inflammation? Like if you're...
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it helps people with like arthritis and shit.
Yeah.
Like bee stings. Like people have used them to alleviate certain forms of arthritis. Make sure that's true. Pretty sure that's true.
Or the pain is so severe that you just...
You hear about the lady that fell out of a plane? I think she was skydiving. I think it was a skydiving exercise. And she landed on a fire ant colony. And they kept her alive because they stung the fuck out of her and her adrenaline literally kept her alive.
And is that also what... I remember I had my earbud...
Look at that. Look at that little motherfucker.
So sick.
Dude,
they're
honey
so
bee sting
sick.
therapy. How it works. Okay, how does it work? Click on it.
This one says too risky for treating osteoarthritis. I think it's.
Oh, don't be a pussy. That's
Yeah.
just because they can't patent bees.
I mean, isn't that what acupuncture is like based on?
If they could patent bees, then they would make you do it.
Yeah. Bill Gates is buying
They
all the
would
bees.
force you. You need to get vaccinated for arthritis, and it would be like arthritis is costing us so much. Arthritis is actually a disease. It's costing us so much money.
That's it.
And we've patented bees, so you have to get stung by our bees.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like, it didn't NMN, didn't they start taking that off the market so they could make it prescription now or something?
Is that true? They're probably trying to do a lot of that.
Yeah, like all
They're
this...
trying to keep like certain peptides from becoming legal. It's silly. It's silly. It's all good for people. I know you're not going to make money off of it. Doesn't mean it's not good for the overall human race.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to stop products that are super beneficial just because you can't profit off of them. That means you have a captive industry. That's
right.
not good for anybody. It's not good for you that you're allowed to do that. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's not good for anybody else. Peptides are really beneficial to people, and some of them are okay as long as they're making a ton of money off them, like these Wegovy peptides.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that like GLP-1 inhibitors. Those, do you know the numbers of people that are on those now? It's kooky. It's like more than 10 million in this country. What's the number of people that are on GLP-1s?
And is that also called...
Ozempic?
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, Wegovy,
And
Ozempic.
there's
There's a bunch of different names for it.
But also
they're
it's like-
basically, it's a GLP-1. It's a peptide.
And I mean, there's good press about it, and there's bad press about it. It's like, you know, the person I saw this morning, like, she's like, I lost 60 pounds. Like, I was going to, like, it was, you know, she's like, even if there's side effects, like, I was going to get diabetes. Like, it was bad, you know?
Yes.
Like,
100%.
obesity was our big problem. So, you know.
It's like almost everything.
That's
There's
right.
like goods and bads
Like I
to
said,
stuff.
I took Accutane when I was, I think, 14 or 15. And they're like, oh, well, side effect is you're suicidal. I'm like, when you're 15 and you have acne, you're suicidal. Like, I'll take whatever the side effects are.
Yo, this is nuts. Okay, no full year total, exact full year total. Publicly available from major sources as data through September shows rapid growth but lacks a December closeout. Truveta data reports 12,203,009 GLP-1 prescriptions from January 2018 to September 2025.
Wow.
12 million prescriptions is a lot. But I got to think that's way more today, because in 2018, you're not getting a lot of people. Like, I would like to see like a chart of when it kicks in. So it's 6.5% of all U.S. prescriptions, up slightly from prior quarters.
And when your insurance companies, they should theoretically support it and pay for it.
Well, definitely if you're morbidly obese,
Yeah.
it'll prevent you from a lot of real problems of morbid obesity if you can really get it together with this shit.
And then when there's a bunch of negative stuff about it, I'm like, did the lap band pay for this?
Well, it's all, look, you can definitely have side effects. Like Brian Simpson took it and he had horrible side effects. He had to get off of it. But it also, there's a lot of people that took it and they lost 100 pounds and they're way healthier than they would be before. It's just like the way Brigham Bueller from Ways to Well described it, he says like it has to be taken in conjunction with other things that are keep your body from wasting away. And you should be doing strength. Like Peter Attia has talked about this as well. You should be doing strength training while you're doing it. Like, because you're going to lose weight because you're at a calorie deficit. So you're going to lose muscle too. And you're going to lose bone density.
Yeah.
So you got to mitigate that.
Yeah.
So there's an idea that they would combine them with, I think they did something with peptides, so like an IGF-1 along with this, and the two of them together keep you from wasting away.
Yeah, I was doing like that metformin for a minute, and I was like, yeah, you lose muscle mass, but you're like, but also the effect of sugar, like, you know. So now I'll just take it every now and then when I eat like a lot of pasta or I want to have like a, you know.
The metformin one's very polarizing.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people really believe in it. A lot of people think it's a crazy idea.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm pretty steady. I do like the NMN, NR, which is like the true Niagen stuff. I mean, Huberman is, I'm just like, tell me what to do. NAC. I'm sauna. And then also sometimes it's like the absence of things. Sometimes like, what are you doing? It's like, what are you not doing? Like, there's a point where you're just like, that person's an acquaintance, not a friend. Like, there's certain, like, I feel like maybe it's when you become a mom, you have to also reassess like your emotional diet or your mental diet of
100%.
like as well.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
you just have to do that as an adult anyway.
True.
Otherwise, you're just going to run into problems all the time that are totally avoidable.
Yeah.
And they're not, these people they make the same fucking mistakes over and over and over again.
That's right.
They drag you into their bullshit
And
over
you
and
don't
over and
want
over
to
again.
change. Like you're addicted to adrenaline. I'm obsessed with all the addictions that aren't like a substance, drugs, alcohol. It's like, oh, you're a gambling addict just with women or just with men, or like you're an a drama addict. Like I can't.
It's like, this is how I say it. Do you look forward to hanging out with that person?
Ooh.
And if you don't, then it's a chore. If you look forward to hanging out with someone, like even if they're crazy, it's like, all right, it's okay.
Yeah, totally.
It's okay. This is fun. It's all like, what are we all doing? We're all trying to get along together, you know. And if one of us is not trying to do that, one of us is out for self, and you know, there's certain people that are they just can't get their shit together.
Yeah, and desperate people do desperate stuff. And I think that with what we do, like, you know, it's interesting because some friendships, you know, they'll just be like, oh, come on the podcast. And it's like, we haven't hung out, though, either. Like, we don't text. Like, comics, I think.
It becomes transactional. It starts feeling weird.
Such a big part of what you've done, like, for comedy is, like, you know, that green room and having a space that's, like, not on camera. Like, comics, I think, started going so crazy during the pandemic, myself being one of them, because it's like all of our conversations were monetized and for public consumption. We stopped just hanging out off camera.
Right. And a lot of people were doing it remotely. So they were having podcasts remotely with their friends. And that was like their only human interaction.
That's right.
That's so bad.
Nothing I did during the pandemic should have been filmed.
Oh.
But like, you know, we also have to actively go out of our way to be off camera too, guys, you know?
Yeah. Well, community is like, it's so important.
Yeah.
The people that don't think it's important just don't have it.
That's right.
If you have it and you have a bunch of friends and you get to hang out and have fun together, it's like,
Yeah.
it's like it's like stepping into a well of love. Like,
That's it.
we're all here. What's up?
And also just like you know, I don't have to tell you, you know, those comics that you like look up to so much that they're legends, and then all of a sudden they just stop being funny. And you're like, how did this happen? You know, whether it's because they've, you know, incubated themselves against, doing what normal people do on a daily basis and, you know, assistants. But they've surrounded themselves. They're not friends with comics. It's always that. It's like, how did that person start? They're just not friends with comics. And they don't have someone humbling them constantly and pushing back and giving them shit. And
all the motivations that got them to be funny when they were younger have been eliminated. Because almost all of it is try to get extra attention.
That's right.
From girls or from your friends. You're trying to be funny. You have no motivation to be funny anymore because everybody loves you and you're rich.
And being a comic is a lot, I think, of like having almost intentional contrarian Tourette's, where you'll just say some shit that like it's a crazy premise. Like sometimes stand up is like saying something that isn't true and then proving it, you know? And to say and have someone fight back with you. That's why I think comics, when people are like, why do comics talk about woke culture so much? It's like, because we see disagreeing as an interesting conversation. You guys see it as fascism. And like,
also, woke culture is trying to dictate what people can and can't say. And we can disagree. And you can't tell me what I can and can't say. And
my
you
body,
can't
my choice,
decide
but
that
not
someone's
what
a
your mouth
Nazi.
does. Yeah.
You can't just can't just start saying punch a Nazi. Like, settle down.
Yeah.
Figure out what a Nazi really is.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
That's
you're a Nazi because you don't think biological males should be competing with women in sports? Because I've heard that thrown out that way. Well, that's crazy talk. You don't get to define things like that. That's what you're doing when you're fighting against woke culture. You're fighting against nonsense that can't stand up to facts. And the thing about things that stand up to facts is people usually don't defend them violently. They usually discuss them clearly because it's obvious. But this one, it's not backed up by facts.
Yeah.
So the opposition of it is like violent and angry. Like they want to stop debate. They want to stop conversation. This is what the problem with woke culture is. What it is, it's just an ideology like any other one. It's got its own rules. And because it's not based on logic, it has to be very angry. It has to scare you.
Did people look at hippies like this in the 70s?
They wanted to do that. That's how the CIA tricked the hippies into doing all that Manson shit. That's what they were trying to do with the whole Charles Manson. Have you ever read that, Tom?
The Chaos. What's it called?
Chaos. Yes.
I have it. I've started it.
Tom O'Neill's book. It's fucking incredible. Can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, I need to read
but
it.
It's all about them discrediting. So they were terrified of the love movement. They were terrified of all these people that were taking acid and going to Woodstock, and they were like, Jesus Christ, we're losing the cultural battle. And so they got together with Charles Manson and gave him a bunch of acid and taught him how to mind fuck people. And this guy went out and killed a bunch of people, and they blamed it on the hippies. They're like, oh my God, we got to make acid illegal. They made acid illegal like that year. And then the whole world went kooky. They shut down all the psychedelics. That was the sweeping Schedule I Act of 1970. Like, when was the Manson murders? What year was the Manson murders?
And while you're finding that, I'm obsessed with CIA. The Philippines operation in the 50s where they made it look like vampires sucked the blood of a bunch of the rebels. Have you seen this?
Did it really? I've heard about this before.
Dude,
I forgot
it's
about
so
it.
sick.
69. So the Manson murders happened in 69.
Oh, yeah.
In 1970, acid, mushrooms, DMT, all that stuff becomes illegal. Schedule I.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They threw water on a movement of people abandoning this path that they see their family on, their mother and their father, and they're not happy. And these people are dying unhappy, and they're getting heart attacks, and they're dropping dead at 60. And these kids are saying, I don't want that in my life. I want to follow the Grateful Dead. I want to make art. I want to dance. I want to go to music festivals. I'll figure out how to live. And they were like, no fucking way. We don't want war. Make love, not war.
Right.
What? Americans in the street saying love, not war. Never before. Not 1947, right?
Wild.
Think about the end of World War II. You couldn't imagine Americans in the street. But in 1967, they're doing it. 1967, they don't want to go to Vietnam. And they're saying no to war. And they're in the street. And they're wearing flowers.
Crazy.
They call them flower children.
Crazy.
So they had to turn them into monsters. And so they got Manson.
Women had to wear bras again. Nightmare. All that stuff. Like I got in a wormhole on the CIA and Hendrix and Cobain. I'm like, I just can't. There's certain things
I think they have their fingers in probably everything they can get their fingers in.
Yeah.
All of it.
And do they have to?
I think they do.
Like
in
if they
some
didn't,
ways, but the problem is they have power that they probably shouldn't have. And then there's always going to be some crazy guy who keeps pushing things.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, you're selling coke in Nicaragua.
Dude, this guy. There was some like myth in the Philippines about this like vampire that would kill whatever it was, and then they. In the middle of the night, take these rebels that they need to deal with, and they drain them of their blood and puncture. I'm just obsessed with the guy that had to do the puncture marks. Like, there's a guy who had to like do the vampire marks, and so that everybody woke up, and these rebels that they were following, they saw that they had been attacked by vampires in it.
How did they kill them before they drained their blood? How many dudes did they whack too? That's kind of crazy.
That's so wild.
That's a great idea.
So sick. That's what I'm saying.
Imagine if you were a fucking soldier and you thought you were really in a Blade movie. You thought this shit was real.
I mean,
if you were living in the Philippines and I don't know what their education was,
sure.
right? I imagine it's not the best.
Yep.
If you're fighting vampires.
Right. Or you think vampires are, yeah.
You think vampires are
but
real.
imagine being the guy who was like, that's not real. The Philippines guy that's like, that's not real. And then I was like, oh shit. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Or the guy who's like, told ya.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Just the Kurt Metzger who's like, told ya.
And what year was this?
The 50s.
Wow.
It's the Ashwaga. Was it called the Ashwaga? Was the name of the vampires they were scared of?
People are so nuts. They really
But
are
this
so
is like when
nuts.
you read this stuff about the CIA and you're like, what are they doing now to make it look like a this? And it's really that.
So the CIA Combat Psy-War Squad. And so it says the Psy-War Squad set up an ambush along the trail used by the Hucks. When a Huck patrol came along the trail, the ambushers silently snatched the last man of the patrol, their move unseen in the dark night. They punctured his neck with 2 holes, vampire fashion, held the body up by its heels, drained it of blood, and then put the corpse back on the trail. When the Hucks returned looking for the missing man and found their bloodless comrade, every member of the patrol believed that the Aswang had got him and that one of them would be next if they remained on that hill. When daylight came, the whole Huck squadron moved out of the vicinity. Wow, what a gangster
CIA
move.
trained squad of
How many times did they do it?
Sick.
So, what's the number
Scare
of people that
tactic.
they did it to? Apparently only used once.
To dislodge a squadron of
So it was
retreat-
only one time that they did one guy?
Oh, it was only one body.
What a dope move.
So sick.
So
That's all you
sick.
got to do to let the fear spread. I
I'll
love
tell
that
you what,
shit.
I would run off that fucking mountain. I'm not convinced vampires aren't real. I'm not convinced.
No, I see what I saw. I know what I saw. Even if it's an animal.
I think mathematically they can't exist. I think someone has actually done the numbers on this. That mathematically
vampires
would
can't
wind
exist.
up killing everyone.
Oh,
It
interesting.
would be nothing but
No,
vampires.
what are you talking about?
Goes on to say someone else researched it and said that it might not have even worked because they didn't have a vampire-like lore in the region. They had something else where they said that they fed on
Who's
fetuses
this
of
hater
pregnant woman.
dork?
Not-
Fed on fetuses of pregnant woman. Ugh. Yeah, but either way, it's a monster that drained the guy of its blood by biting him in the neck.
But it's also like, there's not vampires. Oh, there's just the American CIA. Even worse. I'd rather there be fucking vampires,
Yeah, that
dude.
description was
Fuck!
from the CIA guy himself.
If they even tried to do it, we're all so fucked.
Which description was from
The
the
one
CIA
that you
guy?
read was from Lansdale, and Lansdale is this guy who...
Yeah, that guy is a vampire. What are you talking about?
So he's the ad exec
He's the
turned
guy who did it.
CIA
Yeah.
operative who masterminded the plot. What a fucking genius.
I love
move.
shit like that.
What a genius
But there's
move.
something going on here right now
Imagine
that is that.
being in a room doing coke and pitching that idea.
Okay, guys, I have an idea.
Fucking vampires!
You know that hole puncher that we use down here? I have an idea. And for everyone was like, for a
How about
second.
you snatch the guy and you have to keep him from yelling, so you have to cover his mouth. He's got to be the last guy in the patrol. You have to snatch him so the guy right in front of him doesn't hear it.
That's a lot of
You
muffling.
got to keep him from screaming. You got to
Yep.
hold on to his body, keep him from fighting back, and
Don't
reaching
you think
for
they
a weapon.
put something in, like a needle with a...
It doesn't sound like they
Not
did.
yet?
It sounds like they just held that guy and cut his fucking neck and then hung him up by his ankles.
This is always my thing. If this is what we know, what do we not know?
Oh, we
Right?
don't know a lot.
Anything.
We don't know a lot.
Especially when crazy stuff comes out. I'm like, if this is like Epstein list, whatever, if this is what they told us,
Right.
it's so bad.
They did one vampire thing. That was the first time they ever did that. Shut
they, had
the
to
fuck
practice, they had to
up.
practice a couple times.
It's probably a few times it didn't work at all.
They had to practice
Guy
blindfolded.
screamed, they had to kill
Yeah,
everyone.
Yeah.
Lansdale brags about an improvised bit of homemade voodoo he called the Eye of God. It was based on a World War II Psy-war tactic of learning the names of individual German officers and announcing on the battlefield over loudspeakers that they'd be the next to die if they didn't surrender. Holy shit.
Love it.
Lansdale's twist was to paint a cryptic symbol he called the Eye of God outside the homes of suspected Huck sympathizers. The mysterious presence of these malevolent eyes the next morning had a sharply sobering effect, wrote Lonsdale. That's crazy.
Isn't it like
Lansdale?
Does stuff like that make you feel like
People are monsters.
like we're like fake news? News has just always been like maybe this is the realest, truest news we've ever had. When you think about back then, it was all just gossip.
Yeah. Well, I think they definitely controlled the news way better back then, and they
Yeah.
can do things like the Gulf of Tonkin.
Yeah.
You know, where they just decide that they're going to pretend that we got attacked so that we can go to war. And who knows how many people died because of that. And that's
Yeah.
crazy that they did it and got away with it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real tactic.
I think this is the crazy part, is that he was an ad whiz for all these companies, and then he volunteered to go to the Army, and they recognized his special talents.
He's like, I'm not getting enough evil done working for Nabisco.
And he's the pioneer of psychological operations.
Wait. So
Started PSYOPs.
this is fascinating because this is like I sell jeans that cost $10 for $80. Like, trust me, I know how to trick people. Like,
That's
it's so fascinating when you're
crazy.
like, people went from working in an ad agency to sell products to like convincing people vampires were real. It just
Fucking genius.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I love that
genius.
shit.
Genius. What a great idea.
And what's the genius thing now that we're being convinced of? That's like,
Oh, I bet they do some of the stuff just for fun to keep practicing.
remember like charcoal toothpaste was a thing? I'm like,
I
what?
use that every day.
Charcoal in your
Yeah,
mouth
In my mouth.
works
It works.
because charcoal it absorbs.
It cleans your teeth. It's
But-
really good at cleaning your teeth.
Where did we land on this root canals are bad thing?
I don't know about that. I'm meaning to talk to my orthodontist about it. I haven't
Yeah.
had a chance.
I'm just trying to figure
But
out.
I know a bunch of people that are thinking about getting their root canals removed and getting a post put in. I'm like, is that better? You're going to get a fucking drill bit?
But isn't it more
your
about opening
bone
it and
and-
bacteria getting in and getting into
Supposedly.
your lining of your brain?
I can't.
I know, me too.
It's too
I'm like,
much.
dude, I've been sucking on coconut oil and doing black seed oil in my mouth. And it's just like, tell me what to do. I'll start eating charcoal if that's what needs to happen. So what this is, I don't know. But like, yeah, what are the things that we're kind of like falling for right now or being scared of? Like, I feel like there are a lot of tests, like
Well, what are the things that are bothering us that we don't know about, like the Iridium girls? Like, what about Wi-Fi? What if we find out that Wi-Fi
Yeah.
is making us less
We're
and less in
fucked.
tune with our life, or less in tune with our environment, or dulls a certain part of your brain?
I think with or without the like beams harming us, the phone is doing that anyway, right?
Has there been any long-term studies on cell phone cell phone signals on their interference with things other than bees? Because I know they do interfere with bees.
Well, isn't that was that confirmed because it was also could have been fertilizer and
Well, I think there's a reason why they
Pesticides.
believe that it has an impact. What is the reason why they think cell phone signals have an impact on bees? I think that's not pseudoscience. I think there's a real reason for believing
because
that.
there's
Something about how they navigate and what they do, that those signals that are in the air
Yeah.
with them could fuck them up. I don't understand.
I have a lot of Wi-Fi at my house and I have bees fucking everywhere. But yeah,
that may be why. They're like,
also-
where the fuck are
yeah.
we?"
Maybe it's
Maybe it's like 11 when they turn on the sirens.
when I
no powers.
when I was pregnant, I was listening to like whale sounds a lot.
Oh,
And
that's so crazy.
Because when you have a baby in you, it's like an amphibian. It's breathing
right.
fluid, right?
That's smart.
And then I was like, but what if these whales are like fighting? Like, I don't know what
Right.
they're
What
saying.
if they're saying a bunch of racist
yeah,
shit?
Yeah.
Yes, cell phone signals can affect bees, causing behavioral changes like increased agitation and worker piping, an alarm sound indicating disturbance. Those sensationalized claims linking them directly to mass colony collapse are not fully supported by science. Studies show bees are sensitive to the electromagnetic fields from active phones, disrupting their normal communication and potentially leading to disorientation. So here's the thing. Do we know if it affects us? Like, we don't really know. I mean, there's a lot of people that, oh, EMF, man. And then there's a lot of people who are like, oh, it's all bullshit. But what is the reality? Do we really know? And isn't all this stuff fairly recent?
Yeah, I mean, there is, Jamie, you can find this, and I won't, to corroborate it because I won't know the exact year, but T-Mobile had put aside, like, a lot of money for possible lawsuits with all this stuff. So I did, you know how I always have some weird side thing?
Like when you made a documentary on violence.
That's right, on Calcio Storico with Pete Berg, by the way. I still want to go. It's in Florence every June. Wouldn't you want to go?
No.
To see Calcio Storico?
No.
That would be so good.
No.
That'd be so sick.
No.
Because it's not trained fighters. It's just like butchers and.
Oh, those guys are trained.
Oh, I mean, they're not like professional. I mean. Like,
oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, really?
Some of them look like they absolutely knew how to fight.
Agree. They train all year to do this, but they're not like.
Is that sure? Are you sure that
like
they don't have any
league.
MMA fights or anything?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm watching some of those guys. I'm like, that guy looks like he's fought.
They're all training all year for this thing, but I think they have other jobs, like professionally. It's kind of like, and it's
right. Okay.
But yeah, they all look like they're like.
But not all of them. Just like a few guys look like ringers.
Yeah.
When I'm watching it, I'm watching these guys duke it out. Some guys look like they belong there, and other guys look like that's an MMA fighter. That's a guy who's throwing leg kicks.
And they say that crime goes down in the region to 0 during that month.
I mean, why am I opposed to that when I'm not opposed to MMA? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It probably just will annoy you to watch people so bad at this getting hurt.
No, it's not even that. It's just like I worry that we're moving in a direction where violence is team violence. Team violence like that leads to fucking war. Like individual violence is a one-on-one person.
Sure.
It's your skills against his skills, your mind against his mind, your will, how well you've prepared, the discipline that you showed in training, your IQ in terms of fighting IQ. That's a fascinating contest to me. But when you see teams of dudes running at each other and fucking each other up like that, to me is like, what are you asking for? What are you getting people excited about?
And what fascinates me about it is what we were talking about earlier with the AI and everything of like knowing what humans need in order to stay, whether it's satiated, bridled in some way of like, if AI takes away all the hard things or whatever, like with a whack-a-mole of what are people going to start doing, when they don't have, like, if AI is like, this is too crazy, you guys are fighting too much, it's like, but if we're born to kind of fight and need to scratch.
That's why we're going to have to integrate.
Yeah, merge.
Put that chip in your brain, Whitney.
Look.
We're all going to have
I think
it.
I have worse things in my brain.
Just like we're all saying, like, oh, I don't want to email. Everybody has an email
We've
now.
already merged with our phones.
Yeah,
I mean, when
100%.
I leave my phone, I feel it in my gut.
100%.
I'm like, where is it?
100%.
Like, there's times when I'm like driving home and I'm like, I've completely atrophied. Like, I don't even have peripheral vision. I don't have muscle memory of how to get home.
Right. You forgot how to navigate LA.
Yeah, like we are a unit.
If you try to go through LA and you don't have a navigation system now, you're fucked.
They call photos memories because your memories are in there. They're not in your head. It's like I look when they're like memories and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because it's in here.
Right. You literally don't even remember, and then you see the picture, and now you remember.
Yeah, they do like a year ago today. I'm like, oh, right.
Right.
I didn't log that.
You ever have a friend tell you a story, and you're like, oh, I fucking forgot about that trip.
Crazy.
It's weird.
Crazy.
It's like you just didn't have it accessible.
That's right. How did I delete that?
You deleted it.
Why did I delete it?
You got no room. There's too many things.
Yeah.
Especially a person like you who's constantly talking to people, constantly going to different places. Like, it's like too much novel shit is getting into your head.
That's right.
Too many novel stories, novel conversations. Like, oh, wow. Oh, whoa. Did you know? Did you do? And it's like, after a while, your hard drive's like, bitch, we're bleeding out.
Too much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do I remember every lyric to every R. Kelly song, but I cannot remember what happened last week? It's funny
bitch, I wish you would.
Do you remember America? Have you seen America?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to bring you back to America. America. Doesn't he say like,
Did you get your shots?
Did you get your shots?
Yeah, do you have your green
Did
card?
you get your vaccine? It's just like, literally like, let's fill out your paper.
You want to come to America with Robert or something?
Yeah. Oh my God. It was fucking amazing.
can't. I
Amazing.
can't.
We'll play this just for us, and we'll end this with that. Let me hear that part.
That's the other thing. Is
We
like
can't put it on
extreme
Spotify.
left people. They'll be like, America's full of fascist Nazis, but let everyone in. Come here.
Technically not a released song, but I don't know if he has.
Oh,
the
it's
rights.
like on
How
YouTube?
can he have the
Yeah,
rights to
no,
it?
no, no.
It's
Just
still live.
we'll wrap it up.
Did you get your shots? What
Whitney,
shots? I love you.
At the Comedy Mothership all weekend, sold out. Sorry, bitches. Here we go.
Do you have your passport?
I don't want to have to cut this off. You want to wrap it up?
Did you get
All right,
your
we'll wrap it
shots?
up. Now you play it now. Bye, everybody.
Love you.